Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic from Chic Speaks. Welcome, 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 welcome. It's been a minute since I've done a live on, I guess, anything other than fitness related. So there's just been a lot of tomfoolery going on in these YouTube streets with none other than our Rose and Brett. I don't know if their last name is Miller, but it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. So I wanted to break out the stream yard and get on here and talk about it because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about their shenanigans. And I have a lot of opinions. I tend to stay out of the comments. I'm not one to go over to their lives and drop comments or things, anything negative. That's just not my personality anyway. Welcome. Please come on in, like, share, subscribe, join in the conversation. Let me know if you're familiar with this couple. Rose. So Rose is black, Brett is white, and they are living in Hawaii with their family with 4 children. And it's going down on the island. It is going down. I know them people in Hawaii, like if y'all don't get y'all, because ever since they've been over there, it's been going down. I think they went over there, maybe it's been about 2 months because they went to go on vacation over there. And Rose was like, yo, I want to stay here. And excuse me, I believe Brett, I think he was like, okay, but I think his family were like, no, they didn't really want him, meaning his mom and his dad. I think his dad didn't really think it was a good idea for him to continue to like live in Hawaii because, you can visit all day long, but living there was like a whole different story. So to just overnight uproot your life, his family thought it was kind of crazy, but, he had to follow his wife. Isn't that what good husbands do? Listen, I'm on the side of there are limitations to following your partner, your spouse. It has to make sense. It has to make sense. So when we're looking at this whole situation, there is a lot of things about their situation that does not make sense. It doesn't. And I've been aware of this couple for maybe about 7 months. And I don't follow them really hard to know like everything about them, but I follow them enough to have an idea as far as like what's going on with them. And it's pretty bad. So, just the background. I'll give you the background on this couple. They're an interracial couple. Sorry, I had a phone call trying to come in. So they are an interracial couple. They just hit 1 million subscribers like not that long ago, probably like just a couple of weeks ago. So it's like a bipolar type relationship. They're up, they're on 10, and then next thing you know, it's like going left. But all of that plays out on their channel. But most of the time when it's going left, it's not too much dealing with their actual relationship with them not getting along. It's more so Rose complaining about how she's treated by other people on the internet. So she, from her perspective, she gets cyberbullied. As of late, I think maybe like a week or so ago, she was complaining that it was some woman online trying to call CPS on her, calling around, trying to figure out where she is located, on the island in Hawaii. So therefore they can get CPS involved because the kids are just being mistreated or they're being forced to be on the internet, just all kinds of craziness. So Rose came online and she was just really in her feelings, crying, pleading to the people on the internet to stop harassing her. And she just said like, hey, my whole purpose of getting on the internet was to show people that women who are single moms can have a life, can have a partnership with someone in a relationship. Because, there's a lot of content creators who are like, hey, single moms, it's over for you. You might as well hang it up. No one's going to love you, all that. You guys have probably heard all that. I don't know if that's that real red pill talk. But Rose was like, hey, I want to come out here to show you that that's not true. I found love. I got my king, my white king. He met me when I had two kids, and her kids that she had already they look like they're about 8 and 10, maybe. They're small, but not little. Her kids that she has with her husband Brett, they're little. So she's like, yeah, I just wanted to show that, we can have a life, and regardless of what the naysayers say. Fine. Child, fast forward to today. I don't know when it went down, if it was last night. I know yesterday she posted a video with her husband, Brett, and it was titled, I think, Separating or something like that. So I'm going to share some content with you all. And I think I'm going to start first with, I'm going to start first with the video of her and her husband, Brett, saying, hey, we're separating, and the why. Then after that, I'm gonna make my way to a more current video. I think she took it down, but like some people have screen shared it. So I found someone out there on YouTube who had screen shared or who had it. And so we're going to use that. So we're going to get into it. As you come in, please like, share, subscribe. Fair use over here. If you want to show me some love in any type of way, my Cash App is $speak50. So let's get it, y'all. It's a mess. So brace yourself. If you're not familiar with this couple, get ready. Get ready. So let's see. Okay. So let me see. Okay. We're going to share. Okay. So we're backing up. This video was done like yesterday. This was done yesterday, and it's called We Separated. And they're going to get into why they're separated. Now, mind you, this couple just hit like 1 million subscribers like in a matter of like weeks, like a couple of weeks ago. And I don't think their YouTube channel, I don't think they've even been out very long. Like I think they hit the 1 million pretty fast. But Rose, like she creates funny TikToks. She's basically, her content is surrounding her family, her relationship with her husband, her life as a married woman with 4 children, her life as a stay-at-home mom. So like she airs it out. Like, so if you want to know what it looks like to air it all out on the internet, if you follow Queen of Kings, Rose is going to show you what that looks like when you air it out on the internet. So I want to play this video and you can listen to why they said we're separate. Now, I will tell you, when I first saw this floating out there, I didn't believe it, because Rose, she, like I said, she got a lot, she do the absolute most. So sometimes I feel like, she does things for attention, and it's clickbait, because she'll come on the internet and she'll be very extreme, emotional, and legit, like 5 minutes later, like she's doing a video and it's like nothing ever happened. Like it's crazy. I've never seen nothing like it. So on the internet, most people out here, everybody think they're a therapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist. So people are diagnosing her thinking that something's mentally wrong with her. I don't know what's going on with her, but I ain't ever seen nothing like it. So let's get into this video.
Wants to take a break. And in fairness, I kind of leave her here overwhelmed with the kids daily. Even at times when I dedicated more of my time to be at home, I was able to understand what it's like to have 4 kids on your neck. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, you were, at first you were fine, but then you start to kind of like get overwhelmed for sure.
To be fair, I dipped out pretty quick, because I think I did that for about 2 months, and from cleaning up constantly to behavior shaping.
Pause. So he said for 2 months he like dipped out. Like bro said he just completely checked out. Now anyone who is a parent, you know what it's like when you have kids, multiple kids, they're all small or under 10. Like it can be crazy. I have 3 children. I remember those days where there was like a year when I was an at-home mom and I thought I was going crazy. Like, listen, my oldest at the time was maybe like 7. Then I had like a 4-year-old and a 3. When my husband would come home from work, sis was legit like, tag, you're it. And I would go to the park and go walking. So my content, if anyone's not familiar with my YouTube channel, I talk about pretty much everything, but a lot pertaining to fitness, health, and things like that. Um, Mental or say what I say wellness, so taking care of yourself. So this video actually correlates with a lot of things I talk about on my channel as far as with how we have to take care of our mental health, take care of ourselves, exercise, because life and it can become overwhelming. And it seems as though this woman, even though she gets up here and she creates all these Instagram, these videos, these TikTok videos, she's still a person, and it still can be a lot when you're at home with children 24/7 and you can't check out or go anywhere, especially if you're nursing. So when you have a new baby and you're nursing, dad can't really help with that. Like literally, like he just there watching, being some type of moral support, but that's about all he can do. Now, if you pump the milk, put it in the bottle, he can help that way. That's the type of tip I was on. But otherwise, like that baby is attached to you. So he just said like, hey, I listen, I was checking out for 2 months. Listen, I was gone. And that impacted their relationship because she was there dealing with all of that on her own. And that isn't fair. But how many women can contest that they experienced that, where they had those moments where they felt like they don't, they didn't have an outlet, but their husband was still living their very best life. So that can be tough. That can be tough. And I think that sometimes men just will take that for granted. And sometimes they may just do it, unintentionally, and, they just do it. But he's, in this moment, acknowledging his shortcomings. So let's continue with the video.
Like constantly correcting and everything like that. And they're at an age, they're always going to be at an age, but they're at an age to where they have a lot of energy and they need a lot of you and they pull a lot from you. And you are, to your benefit. A lot of people on here were saying like Rose has, this is a mental thing, this is whatever. And yeah, I mean, you'll see things like that. The more ambitious people are going to feel like they're either trapped or that they're failing or that they got to have a drive to keep going at something or that they're not succeeding and they just keep driving and going. So you do see a lot more of those people publicly because those are more driven people. So Rose is a very big drive.
So when he talks about, driven people, I'm someone who's very driven. So at that time when I was at home with my 3 kids full time, I was like questioning my whole existence in life because I was a very driven person. I was used to working, going out, like getting it, like that's what I was used to. So to be at home with kids, like I ended up being at home in that situation because I had gotten laid off of my job. So it wasn't like, oh, I want to be at home. No, I always felt like that was not my ministry. So when that happened in my life and I got laid off, I felt like at that moment I can say, oh, I know it's not my ministry. I always felt like I knew before. Oh, now I know, because being at home with kids, not having that adult stimulation, hearing the crying, the fussing, the argument, like it can be a lot. It can be a lot. So that can be taxing on anybody's mental health. And if you are a driven person and you're used to producing and going out there and getting it, like that can impact you because you start to wonder like, oh my God, is this what life looks like for me? So listen, I understand if sis was going through it from all of that because I can relate to that. And I think a lot of women can relate to that. I do appreciate that he's actually acknowledging that in this moment, he's not gaslighting her, making it seem like she was weak or anything. Like, I feel like in this moment, he's acknowledging that she had a lot on her plate and he wasn't as supportive as maybe he could have been. So let's get back into the video.
The things she wants to do, and she has a lot of responsibilities as well, and a lot of things that take up her time and energy and space. I know when I was 28 and I'm giving I'm understanding. I know. I understand this. To be honest, I'm gonna be a little cocky. I'm gonna give you what you need for the amount of time that I don't want to say that take your time, whatever, because I don't want you thinking whatever, but I understand that you need that. Let me grab this baby here. Not doing it.
Thinking of pulling so much out of me. I'm trying, this is day one of trying to wean him off the boob. I'm really trying cold turkey. I know it's not going to happen.
And we need to get familiar with that because I'm going to, as much as I can, I still got, for the next couple of months, I still got a lot I gotta get under wraps and move around and take them off your hands up to 90% of your time to where you can still enjoy yourself, get reset, and actually have time with your kids as well.
Yeah, I've seen someone in the comments say like, it's not about your happiness after you have kids, and that is the most insane comment ever to me, because the way that I feel is as a family unit, it's about all of our happiness collectively. I don't put my happiness to the back burner, and it's all about my kids' happiness at all whatsoever, because if I'm not happy as the mom, how is anyone in the family truly happy? How do you show up as your best mom or your best wife if you're unhappy yourself and not pouring into your own cup?
Okay, so when Rose talks about her happiness, so here's the thing, and I think this comes along with growth because I remember what she's 29. So when I talk about when I, was experiencing being an at-home mom and feeling really overwhelmed and all of that, I was around that age. I was like at 30. So my mind and where I was at 30 and how I viewed like my time and how I was feeling and this, that, and there is different than today, fast forward at 43. So I feel like at 30 and at Rose's age, a lot of times at that time, a lot of times we're more kind of into, okay, well, I, and what I need versus looking at what's best for the family. So the fact that Rose is saying, hey, I want space and I want you to leave, but though, hey, you don't help me out enough with these kids, to me, that doesn't make sense because if he's now not going to be there, how is he going to be that support to you that you say that you need? That doesn't make sense to me. So I think right now, Rose is just in that tough season because the kids are small. So she's feeling like she's kind of losing herself just being a wife and a mom. Like that's how I felt. I felt like around that time, I was like 30. I felt like I was losing I was no longer chic. I was just a wife and I was a mom and that was it. Whereas first and foremost, I am a woman and it's like I wasn't feeling that. So it was impacting me and it was having me uh to kind of check out in a lot of ways. But with growth and over time, I've come to learn that when you have a family and a unit, the husband, the children is bigger than you yourself. It's about the totality of the family. So the issue, say, with him not helping out as much, I don't agree. I don't feel like that is a reason to say separate. I think this is a reason to really have these hard conversations with about the relationship and kind of coming in closer to one another because you really finna feel it all on your own once you guys are no longer together. And it's like when I look back, at those times, when I was experiencing that and had I made a decision like what Rose is saying what she wants, and had I, made such a decision and went that way, I feel like I actually would have made things harder for myself. Because even though maybe at that time I felt like, oh, I can get more support, it was best for me to just communicate that and us work on changes, which is what we did, versus me saying, okay, well, let's just throw in the towel because this isn't working, because I'm doing this, by myself or whatever. To me, that doesn't make sense, but I can understand how she's thinking that it does at that season in her life, because I was there. That's why it's so real when they say with growth comes wisdom, because you start to look at things differently. And for the most part, you start to get out of yourself and look at the things from the perspective of other people, whether it be your spouse, your partner, your children. You look beyond yourself. So that comes with age. She's still young, so we have to give her grace for that. She's still young, but she's just at a tough time right now. But the storm never lasts forever.
How much trouble I'm having.
In this short period. That's how I am all the time.
And that's just one boy. I got the other 2 playing. So
he's teething right now, so it's like on 10. But like this is how it is all the time.
Again, to be fair, I haven't been allowing you to have it, and I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna give you some time, and I'm gonna try to find a solution to where we can fix these problems.
There was a study that says like being a stay-at-home mom is equivalent to like 4 working jobs. But people often, especially people that are not stay-at-home moms, often downplay it.
That is so real. So that's why even before I became a stay-at-home mom at one season during my life, I never desired to be a stay-at-home mom, because I paid enough attention to see that that was far harder than me going and clocking in on anybody's job. So I knew, we both finna get out here and go to somebody's office and go to work, because I wasn't signing up to just be at home doing just household chores, mommy do, like that just wasn't the type of life that I knew I wanted for myself ever. So it is a hard job. And I think people often do underestimate the efforts of a stay-at-home mom. Like, she is managing the house. So yes, if you put a dollar amount on it, I never thought about, I guess, what the value would be. But Rose said that someone said it can be equivalent of like a $200,000 salary job. And with all that comes along with being a stay-at-home mom, I can see that, because you're literally like, I look at myself as the house manager. Like, the mom is typically like she manages the home. So let's just say, like me, I work also. So I work plus I still manage what's going on in the home. So it is a lot. Rose, she's just at home with 4 kids all day, every day. There's never a break for her. Right now it's summertime, so the kids aren't going to school. So she's just home with 4 kids, a teething baby. That is enough to send you over. I remember with my 3 kids, my middle child cried a lot. So that would break me, because he would just cry a lot. So I understand sis pain. I just don't think it makes sense for her to try to want to leave and go through a divorce right now, because she really does need his help more than ever. To me, the best thing for them to do is just talk about how he can be more supportive to her and help out more around the house. I think that would be the best bet for them. But let's get back into the video.
You don't get a break. Like, when you work a job, you go, at least like some type of headspace. I get it, you're at work, but like some type of headspace, when you're a stay-at-home mom, you don't go to the grocery, you don't go anywhere. You don't go on a like anywhere by yourself.
When I was 28 to 30, I had a real hard time myself going through. I think everybody gets, my theories, everybody gets like a 23-year-old moment in life to where you kind of like reevaluate things, and 28 to 30 is another really big one. And fortunately for me, I was single and I didn't have 4 kids around to where I couldn't figure myself out. And Rose is honestly hasn't able to give herself any figure out time, because you've been a mom since you were 21 years old.
20. Yeah.
Since you were 20.
Pregnant at 19, baby at 20.
Yeah.
And also, it's like someone said in the comments again, something about like your bad decisions. They're highly mistaken. I don't feel like me having my kids was a bad decision. I don't feel like getting married was a bad decision because you need a break and time to yourself.
Interpretation and the way things are explained sometimes get muddled together.
Yeah.
You want to come sit down now with the baby? So, I don't know.
My back hurts. This is me all day. All day long. This is me.
So a lot of the issues I think stemming from we did move out here to enjoy life.
I don't look at, I look at what's going on with them is more so just her feeling overwhelmed. Like that's what it is. She just feels overwhelmed. She's 29. What she said, she became a mom at 20. I became a mom at 24. So like her, I started young. And that makes a difference too, because typically as we get older and we make certain decisions, we're more mentally developed to be able to handle such decisions that we're making. So by 30, I had 3 kids and it was just like, oh crap, like, oh my God, I got 3 kids. It was like, as Brett brought up, as you're going through life, you're hitting certain points in your life where your mind, you start to think about things differently. So as he said, he was fortunate enough at 28, 29, 30 to not have children, but be at that point in his life where he's questioning, okay, what is it that I want in life? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Because he's older than her. I think he's maybe like 8 years older than her. He's like 36, I think. So he's in his 30s, like mid to late 30s. So as he said, he didn't have children to deal with as he was trying to figure out life. Whereas she's trying to figure out life with children. When I was 30, I was trying to figure out life with children. So that's why it's like, I can see the argument where some may say, no, having kids in your early 20s, getting married, having kids, like that's too early. Because I remember at one point saying, oh no, I would not advise my kids or any to do things as early as I did, because I felt like once I turned 30, that was really where I had the mentals to really make the better decisions, to really think about what it is that I want. Like I felt like that was the stage, but I legit had already made such life decisions, almost like say like before you're ready, like you made decisions. And that's how I felt. Now at 43, when I look back, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and it was meant for me to do everything during the timing that I did do it. And Rose, she's just growing. These are just growing pains, and she's not going to always be this person and think this way. She's just young, and because she's on the internet, we're watching her navigate through life, whereas many of us, we didn't have a camera on us to watch us navigate through life. So no one saw our shortcomings or seen where we made mistakes, where we cried. Like no one saw that. So when you put your life on the internet, people are able to see like all aspects of your life, your vulnerable times, your times where you show strength, and people can provide feedback to those things. And that impacts Rose too, because if anyone's familiar with Rose, Rose gets on the internet quite often, probably weekly, complaining about, something with somebody said about her on the internet. Like, so she's definitely not one that I feel like have really a thick skin. I mean, because she comes out on this internet quite a bit complaining about what people are saying about her. But that comes with the territory when you choose to get on the internet, and especially when you choose to allow people into your personal life. So let's get back into the video.
We chose some really bad, very small Airbnbs, and being in a space where the kids actually have none of their own space is going to be troublesome, to where they're in your face all day, versus our 4-bedroom house that we had, to where they can actually go upstairs or outside instead of they're basically right now we're in the size of a slightly bigger hotel.
Or even our apartment, they like go to their, is this even slightly bigger hotel? It's like a basic size hotel room to me.
It's just a kitchen, I think but it's probably still the same.
It's just hallway.
Instead of counter space.
Yeah.
River's been a prime example during this video of trying to be a nightmare, talking and stuff like that. So he's having a tough time with this TV. But anyway, to be perfectly honest, I'm not expecting Rose to last long through this. I'm going to give her some time to where she can grow herself and enjoy herself and be able to fix any problems that she has. But you're gonna need a tow truck to pull this thing off. I didn't get this tattoo for no reason. I'm very thankful. Very thankful, Rose, from my family. Make sure that our family does the best as possible through this.
What do you mean you're not?
I don't think you're going to last a week, if not a day, if not 2 days. You're scared of elevators. You have anxiety about medication. You have anxiety about being alone. You have anxiety about
Okay, but my question
airplanes.
is,
You have anxiety.
I'm not getting on no airplane.
You have
My question
anxiety
is,
about not saying you leaving.
okay, but my
You have
question
anxiety
is, how
about.
So put a pin in that because we're going to fast forward to a more current video, but she just made a comment saying she's not getting on an airplane. Veronica, you say, are they together? I don't think so. This was a video that they posted, I think maybe just some hours, not even 24 hours ago. This was like yesterday. I think I watched it late last night. And then I think after they did this video, they got into it. So there's another live that I'm going to show where they got into it. And I feel like that's when the truth really started coming out about their relationship. But I wanted to show this video just to show the change in demeanor, how here they're very calm, they're very respectful to one another. They're sharing their thoughts. He seemed to be understanding of how she's feeling. So it's very calming. This is how I'm used to them always interacting, very calm. This is what pretty much for the most part is the energy that's presented to the world. Remember, they just got to 1 million subscribers. So the energy that's presented to the world is this is their relationship, couples goals, like that's what has been presented today. Up until this last live that I'm going to show that shows something completely different. And that is what prompted me to come out here and do this live, because so many people get caught up on what they see on the internet and they believe that that's reality. And this is a prime example of how you can't believe everything you see on the internet, especially when it comes to these relationships, because this is a business. This is money. Rose is a businesswoman. She says that I think she says she's never outside of band. So they met at the strip club. She used to be a stripper. So we'll get more into that in the next video, but just with her background, she used to be a stripper, I think in Las Vegas. So when he met her, she was a single mom with 2 boys and she was a stripper. So they built this life together, grew this YouTube channel, have like 1 million subscribers. Couples goes to many, but listen, you have to be able to see beyond things. You got to be able to read between the lines. And if you're in a relationship yourself or been through one, you know the reality of relationships where you have your ups and downs, So Veronica, you said, I think they do it for their show. They do a lot for their show, but we're going to see a different energy in another video that I'm going to share. Let's get back to this one.
Did you think that I was living before you, though? You do understand that I have my own place and was living.
I honestly don't think you're gonna last a week. I don't think you're gonna last a day. All those anxieties mixed with the fact that
I think it's very cute that you take me as a joke.
You're very dependent.
On
honestly,
what?
You need me on everything.
Very dependent on you?
Yeah, I'm at fault actually for not. I'm being there for you because as a man and raising boys, I'm like, you need to learn to get through this and grow and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you space, but I do not expect you to last that long.
Okay. I really appreciate that. I'm not saying like I'm running to get a divorce, but you do understand that I did have 2 kids by myself before you. So I don't know why you're like, no, don't test me now. You're like, I don't think that you'll last or make it. I'm not going to lie. I am very 100% very dependent on you for sure. That's a fact.
So this is an example of how Rose is double talking, because he just laid out, you're very dependent on me. he's saying that because he lives with her. He knows when, she's like, yo, I need help. Like, he knows you're dependent on me. He's just putting it out there. She don't like that he's putting that out there, but then you just hear her say, well, yeah, I am very dependent on you. Okay, well, why did you just kind of feel a certain way when he said you're very dependent on me? And he named out the things of that she's dependent on him in. So he knows his wife, he knows her better than any of us on the internet knows her, because he sees the real deal, and he knows that, yes, she was a single mom before we got together, but she had only 2 kids. She has 4 kids now. That is a whole different experience. She has doubled the number of kids that she has now in the last, 4 years? I think they've probably been married anywhere from 3 to 4 years. So she's doubled the number of kids. So navigating parenting with 2 kids is not the same as navigating parenting with 4. Then you have a teething baby that's crying a good portion of the time. Half this video, he's crying. And then she has like another child that's like 3 or 4. And then she has the 2 bigger ones that are all like, they look like they're probably under 10 or like 9 and 8. So he knows his wife. She didn't like that he put her out there like that. But I believe that he feels like she is going to have a breaking point with trying to do all of this on her own, because it's a lot. It is a lot. So let's get back to the video.
But I do need this time for myself. And just like I made a decision to move to Hawaii, I'm making this decision for me. And I appreciate you, like, still being like a good man and a good person.
I'm not going anywhere out of these kids' lives, no matter what, unless the cop has to drag me into jail every day. So I'll take them off your hands. I'm gonna enjoy myself. And if I gotta, like I said before, if something doesn't ever work out with me and you, I'm gonna go live in the woods and just get away from everybody and myself. But obviously,
I told the people in the comments that they can shoot their shot now.
no shot shooting. You won't be able to find me.
To be honest, I am like the unproblematic baby mother. Remember, I tried to hang out with that. She didn't want to.
You're gonna actually want me to hang out because there's a couple events that we still gotta go to.
Well, Race's birthday is coming up also.
You are a mess. You are a mess.
Well, thank you for doing this video. If you guys want to, I saw some comments and, I was here
I did
for
too.
Brett.
I actually just watched the video before this, kind of why I agreed to do this, because a lot of shade being thrown her way for being a mom. And I tried to say delicately, it is a tough job. Wait, come on. Come on.
You gotta stand up. Right. So Ruther is having a hard time. I think Brett was going to try to defend me, but don't save her. She don't want to be saved. You really don't have to. It's okay. What I was going to say in the comments.
Regardless, I don't need people attacking you for your decisions. Even if we did have a spiteful, hateful, tearing apart.
So I think what Brett's wanting to make clear is that even though they're going their separate ways, he don't want people to think like, say, if she gets on the internet and talks about the struggles that she's going through, like she's done, as it pertains to her ex-husband, the father of her 2 older kids, she'll say what he's not doing or hasn't been doing for their children. Brett knows that his wife is addicted to the internet. So he knows that she'll get out and just air everything out, and he don't want to be made to look bad because he's only leaving or going wherever he's going because that's what she wants. So he doesn't want her to be on the channel saying, oh, he's not here and I'm doing this and this by myself, and they not know the real deal behind the situation as to why she's doing things by herself in that moment. So in that regard, I don't blame him. I think he definitely should speak up and say his truth, because she's definitely going to say her. and they have new subscribers that are coming every day. So everyone's not going to know that background of their story to know why you see her by herself with 4 children. They may automatically go into having pity for her and bad mouthing her husband that she says she has, because they're like, where is he? Like, why isn't he here? That's a natural reaction. Like, why isn't he here? And I can see Rose really not being truly forthcoming as to the why, and it painting a bad look on him. Remember, it's all about clicks and views. So I'm glad he did, speak his piece, even if she didn't like it.
Whatever. It's just 2 people making their own decisions. And
yeah.
That's just, I'm too mature for any of that anyway.
Well, what I was going to say is, a couple people in the comments were saying how they were here for Brett, not me, and that's absolutely fine as well. So Brett has his own channel. You guys can feel free to click the link in the description below. I'll link it below so that you guys can follow Brett if you desire to see more of him. And I guess that's it.
So,
Want to say bye to your friends?
Huh?
Want to say bye to your friends?
my friends.
Bye, Rosebuds. Thank you so much for watching this video. And what are your people?
I don't know.
Brats, bratty ass brats. Brats. Peace. Are you saying peace or not? Okay.
So the shenanigans. So he has his own YouTube channel, right? So when I clicked on the link for his channel, he had like a little over 2,000 subscribers, and I think it was started on like the 19th. So some people believe like, oh no, maybe they're not, they're just, this is for content. They need more money. They live in Hawaii. It's expensive. This will be a great way, with trying to build his channel, this, that, and the third. So that was yesterday. Child, fast forward to today. Today's video I'm going to share is the reason why I jumped on here. Right after I completed a morning workout live, I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to catch my breath. If you're new to my channel, I have a 30-day body transformation challenge going on. So I do fitness content, and I'm just motivate you to kind of take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And this right here is a prime example of how one can just be off balance when they're not taking care of themselves, as it comes to their mental health, their body, everything. So this is an example of why it's important to exercise, something to, a chance to, it gives you the chance to like de-stress. Like exercise helps you in so many ways. Definitely join my, check out my other videos to learn more about that. But after, completing my workout video, I came across some people on YouTube streaming, talking about their relationship, and showing this video with Rose on live spazzing out, and then Brett in the background, they were just arguing. It was a heated argument. I'd never seen anything like it. So I want to show that video so we can see the contrast between what we just saw and when they got into it. So let the games begin. So get ready. So this video was this was a recording after we saw the other video. So let's get into this video. I found this video out here. Let me see. Get on there. I got so many screens up. All right. So let's go.
Whenever people say that you're a deadbeat, let's be honest about that. Let's be honest about your daughter. You went to Minnesota or whatever your baby mother is from, and you've been nothing but a deadbeat to your daughter. You knew your daughter. You knew where she was. You did not try at all whatsoever. Let's be honest about the fact that I'm the one that made you see. I'm the one that made you see your daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that when I met you, you was lying about the fact that you had a daughter. Let's not. Do you want me to share your text messages with your baby telling?
So let's talk about that. So I've heard Rose talk about where Rose and Brett talk about his daughter. So the story that they have, that's why I'm saying like you can't just be believing everything on the internet, because I want to go back to the story they put out there together as to why he does not have a relationship with his daughter. So apparently his daughter was conceived from a one night stand from a, I'm not even sure how old the little girl is. Maybe around 7. So that little girl is going to be older than their oldest child. And their oldest child is like 3 or 4. Right? His name is Race. So the little girl is older than him. So the story that they both have told is that that daughter was conceived from a one night stand with a woman, an Indian woman who lives on like a reservoir, a reservation, if that's a reservation and or reservoir, whatever you call it, where the Indians stay. He didn't know that she was pregnant. He learned about the existence of the child like later. The child was like had been born. I think maybe she was 2. I don't know. It was after the baby was born where the lady let him know, hey, we made a child together. Then their story is that the lady did not want him to be involved in the daughter's life because she wanted them to be together in a relationship. And also she didn't like the fact that he was with Rose, a Black woman. So she just would just make things hard and say racial things about Rose. So that's the story that they both together put out there about his daughter. And you can probably find, if she hasn't removed those videos, like you can probably find videos. I'm not sure the exact video because it's just one of their long form videos where they were sitting and talking or whatever. So that's the situation with the daughter. Now in this video, she's airing it out, talking about how she didn't even know he had that daughter when they first got together. He didn't even tell her that he had a daughter, and that it was him choosing to not try to be involved in his daughter's life. You see the double talk, like which one is it? Which one is it? I feel like they got to the 1,000,000 subscribers on a lie. It was an illusion. It was an illusion because in this video, so much is going to be said. And if you're familiar with their channel, you're going to be like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. It's not going to sound right. So let's get back into the video.
You don't be disrespectful to her, and I was writing her very respectfully. I'm the reason that you just seen her. I'm the reason that you seen her and that she met Ray Scott. Let's be honest about that. Let's be honest about the fact that you are a literal how angry I got when I found out that you can't see that little girl, and I told you to go and get a lawyer and go fight for your daughter. Literally pissed off that you wouldn't fight for your daughter, and you're like, I can't fight for my daughter. She's on an Indian reservation. Let's be honest about that. Yeah, let's be honest about that. Let's be honest about the fact that you lie. Let's be honest about the fact that you lie and say she was a one night stand, but your mother even told me that y'all was together. And you know, you did.
So the truth come out. So Rose is saying, hey, you lied. You said your baby mom was from a one night stand, but your mother said, no, you guys were like in a whole relationship. So here it is. Rose just fast forward, or I mean, in flashback in time, let's just say a month ago, their story was, hey, it was a one night stand. My thing is, Rose has known the truth on a lot of things, but on their channel, they told these stories in a way, in this fairy tale way, or in a way to have both of them look better. But now that they're at odds with one another, the truth is coming out, and it's just like, wow. Like, that's why I believe this is actually, for once, the real deal that we are seeing, because these things that we're going to be hearing them say to one another, how do you come back from that and then join forces together and do another lovey-dovey TikTok video or Instagram video with you guys talking couple goals? Like, I don't see how you come back from something like this, because there was a lot said, and we're only 1 minute and 26 seconds into this video, and there was like a lot of that stuff said.
Whatever you did, let's be honest about that. Your mother even said it. Let's be honest about that. Where's your daughter, Brett? Where's your daughter, Brett? You lied about having a daughter when I met you, bro. Let's be honest about that. Because you told me to go on live and then you stopped yelling the way that you were yelling while I was silent. I was absolutely silent while you were yelling and being really aggressive. I was silent. I didn't say a word while you were being really, really, really aggressive. Remember that? Remember the way you just jumped up and what happened to the baby when you jumped up to hit Raiden because you said he wasn't listening to you? Remember that? Do you remember, Brett? Let's just be very, very honest about it. Yeah, and then the way that I got upset because you almost dropped the baby to hit Raiden. Let's be real about that. The way that you don't take care of your daughter at all whatsoever. The way that you did not take care of Race for the whole first year of his life. The way that you did not take care of Race for the whole first year of his life. Let's just be very, very, very honest. Let's be.
So Rose is basically calling this man an abuser. She's saying he over there trying to abuse the kids. He a deadbeat. He not taking care of his own kids. Like she's saying a lot about this man. And this is a man that on her channel she has gloated about for years. Like the energy that she's giving today or on this video is completely different than the energy she gave just a week ago. Like that's how quickly, like when I watch her, how her emotions will change, and why I don't really keep up with her consistently, because it's like all over the place. But I actually believe now in this video that we're watching, the truth is actually coming out. It's coming out, and it's just very, it's very nasty.
Be honest about it. Rose paid for every single aspect of your life, Brett. You literally did not have anything before. Let's be honest about that. You were 32 years old, living in somebody's basement on a mattress. Didn't even have a bed. Only on a mattress. Only on a mattress. You moved into my luxury apartment with me. You were asking me, hey, come. Oh my God, you are a liar. You were asking me, hey, come to my house, and I felt uncomfortable to come to your house because you lived in the ghetto. Let's be honest. What are you talking about?
So here's the thing, Rose. If that was a situation, how did we get as far as you becoming his wife and giving him 2 kids? That part, like, it just makes you wonder, if you knew the real deal and it wasn't cute and it wasn't sexy, how did we get here? I can't help but to believe that Rose, at that point when she met him, she had money because she was stripping, but at the same time, she didn't have like a family support system. So when she came across him, even though he didn't really have anything as far as resources, he was someone that could still be some type of savior to her, as far as when it came to some with helping with her children, with being like a father figure. Just that masculine energy, because she was married before, so she was used to being married. So I think that she got with him, just they both had their reasons for getting with one another. I think he got with her for the finances. If she said he was living in someone's basement, on the floor, sleeping on the floor, on a mattress, he was down bad. So to come across this woman, whether she was black or white, I don't think it really mattered with him. She had more going on than him, and she was willing to bring him up to her level as far as from the financial aspect. And then he knew that he had what she needed, which was that masculine energy, the father figure for her children, to be able to, for her to be able to say, hey, I got a husband. Like, it was all transactional. Really, at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like it was even ever really about love. It was business. Rose has said on her other videos on their channels that she's a business person. Her father was a business person. So that's all she's seen was entrepreneurship. So that's all she's ever done is entrepreneurship. I've heard Brett say on the previous other videos where he said he would say, well, I work, I pay, bills to keep us afloat. But what Rose does is that it elevates us. It's the extras. So he has said that Rose is the one that elevate them to the next level but though he does contribute. So for her right now to talk about all that she's done for him, I can believe that, because she's also talked about when she got with him, he had a lot of student loan debt. Like, he has college degree, he went to college, and she did it. He went to college. She said he was a hardworking man, but he had debt, and she's the one that helped him get out of debt, helped him better his credit. Like, she said she was the one that did all of that. But a lot of people don't really, when they look at their relationship, people view her as though she's the one that's basically a user and not doing anything, and he's the savior and the one that's doing everything. And she's like, that is not the case. And I think the reason why people think this way is because of how Rose creates the content on their channel. She creates it in a way that it gives that he's doing probably more than what he is. So that's on her, because she has this content created as though he's just this great provider and he's doing these things, and it's allowing for her to have this comfy lifestyle. But when people start coming for her saying you need to be doing more, you need to be cooking, you need to be cleaning or whatever, and discounting the efforts, that she's doing as it pertains to their channel, then that's when she wants to talk about, well, yeah, really all he does is this. I really do this, that, and the third. But she elevated him. And women do that a lot with their men. They'll elevate their man because the way it's supposed to be, the man is supposed to be the leader of the house. And unfortunately, in a lot of homes, that's not the case. And a lot of times women will elevate that man or try to dim their light so that man can shine bright, to give the facade that everything is all good when it's not. And Rose is airing it out to say, no, this man has not been holding this house down like that, holding me down like that, holding these kids down like that. He hasn't. And today I'm ready to just speak on it. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, let's just be very, very honest about it. Like, let's stop lying. Remember all you're like, oh yeah, I beat women, that's why none of my relationships in the past have worked. Remember the closet.
Okay, so I wonder, did she learn that little fun fact about him before or after she married him? Because how do you have a relationship with somebody when they're outright telling you that their previous relationships, they were abusive to their partners? Like, I don't understand how we get here if that was the information that was disclosed to you. So again, what was the reason you guys got together? I'm wondering, early on, did Rose see the vision as it pertained to the content on the internet? Because if you notice, there are a lot of couples on the internet who are interracial couples who do have YouTube channels. Those channels, I have yet to see one that is not super big. Like, they do very well. Couples channels in general, I notice, do well. But I really see those interracial couple channels do very well. More often than not, the ones that I come across, the woman is Black and then the man is other, whether he's Asian, white, of a Hispanic descent. But those channels do very well. So I'm just wondering if from the beginning, if it was just business for Rose and she had plans as it pertains to like what type of image she wanted to kind of put out there and to grow a brand with, because it definitely worked. But because it was built on, their relationship was built on mess and not a solid foundation, we're seeing the levees break. Like, it's breaking right in front of us. And quite frankly, when I saw this earlier, I just couldn't help but to feel like embarrassment just for our culture, because we got so many women out here on the internet who preach, interracial relationships, how it's better, how white men are more superior than Black men. Like, there's a number of channels out there where we hear that type of talk. And here it is now, as we watch this, Rose was one of those people who were, who kind of talked that language of like, listen, I don't do Black men no more. It's about the white man. And here it is. She's airing out stuff pertaining to her white man that many Black men are like, what? Like, I don't even do all that. I don't roll like that. But though they're looked down upon, but though she's with this white man who's doing all these crazy things that, according to her. And it's just like, okay, so sis, you was over there entertaining it. Because like we, when we hear this foolishness go on with a Black man, y'all, he gets dragged for the filth. But it's not that often we hear people talk about a white man doing these type of antics, and she's on here airing it all out. So she's finally telling the truth. It's like once she hit the million subscriber numbers, like, okay, I got the numbers, I got y'all attention, I'm about to air it all out. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with that channel from here, because I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, if it just continues to, to grow, because people are like, eating their popcorn, like, okay, well, what's next? But it's very unfortunate. But this clearly is a channel that was built on lies. People have been hoodwinked with this couple. Let's get back into it.
Door at our house is broken. Why? Because you put a hole in it. Let's be honest about that. Oh, I should snap your fucking neck right now, but you're too quick to call the police. Let's be honest about that. Let's be very honest. Remember in Iowa, you literally have a police report because you did what? You did what? Yes, you did. Why did they take the gun in Iowa? Move. Get away from me. Get away from me. Don't come near me at all whatsoever. Yeah, don't.
I guess she got to a part where Brett was like, hold up now, child. You about to start talking too much, because, he was entertaining all that madness before. But then he got up when she started talking about a case or something that happened in Iowa. So she's basically saying this man has a violent tendency. She said he put a hole in the wall. He's threatened to snap her neck, but he knows that, she'll, I guess, go running, talking, if he does, I guess, do anything to her physically, which she need to be. Listen, if all that was popping off, sis should have been gone. This isn't stuff that she just learned about this man yesterday. She's just now choosing to air it out because she's gotten her feelings for something. Now, that's the question. I heard that the reason why things went left between them is because she got into it with her mom. And I think he didn't defend her in a manner in which she felt like he should have. So she kind of got upset. I'm not sure, because I did not catch that live. I don't know if we can figure it out with going to her channel and clicking on some videos, but I don't keep up with them like that, because to me, she be all over the place. Like I said, people like to throw out that she got some mental health issues, some challenges going on. I think she's dealing with some stuff. What exactly, I'm not quite sure yet, but I think she got some stuff going on. And basically, she got her challenges, he got his, and these are just two broken people who found their way to each other. Child, how often we see that happen? They're not the first, and they definitely ain't gonna be the last. Let's get back into this video.
Don't come near me, because let's not come near me. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid the deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid for this whole fucking life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Oh, okay. Let's not pretend. Let's just be very, very real. You told me to put it on live, so I put it on live. So, and then you want to start talking about a glass of wine, and then you want to start saying, oh, are you not going to talk? After I was just sitting here silent before we even got on live. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. So what are you talking about? Oh, okay. Let's be real. Let's be real about everything. I met you in a basement laying on a mattress. Let's be real about that. Let's be real about the fact that you moved in with me, not the opposite way around. Let's be real about the fact that I never felt comfortable moving to your house because you lived in the ghetto. Let's be real about the fact that I'm the one that found the house, found the realtor, did all the footwork, did everything, paid for the fucking deposit on the house, paid for the house, everything. Let's be real about that. Let's be real about everything, since you want to say let's.
Child, so it looks like Rose is tired of living a lie. And that's what happens, you can only do that for so long. That's why it's best to not live the lie, because it's not sustainable. We see that play out in the media with the celebrities. People like Puff Daddy, or they have this facade and come off as though everything's a certain way, and then the truth comes out. The truth always comes to light. And I'm wondering if, they live, it looks like where they're staying, this Airbnb looks really small. It looks like everything is just like in one room. And I'm wondering if they don't have any space. They're in Hawaii. So he's not even near like his family to say, you know how you have a break and check out from one another. It's not like neither one of them has like nowhere to go when they need to take time from one another or the kids, because they're alone in Hawaii in a very small Airbnb, they said, whereas in Arizona, they had like a big, I think like a 4-bedroom house, 2-story. Everyone had their space. That makes a difference, you know, in a relationship when people have their space, whether it's just a couple and they have kids or not. Like, you need to have your space. And this couple seem like they don't have any space. So they're like smothering each other. And Rose, to me, looks like she's just at a breaking point and she's spazzing out and she's just telling all the business. And I wouldn't be so surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if after she does all this, she has some regrets on, oh, wow, maybe I shouldn't have said all this. But I just feel like she just snapped and she's like, forget it. I'm just airing it all out. Now, I think it is good to like let the truth out, but did it have to come out this way on the internet? No, but at the same time, they put the lies out there on the internet. So you might as well put the truth out there too, I guess, to balance it out. So let me know in the comments, how do you feel? Be interactive. You know, do you believe what's going on? Are you familiar with this couple's channel? You know, do you believe, which version of their life do you believe? Do you believe the version that they've presented over the last 2-3 years, where they just living their best life and just this lovey-dovey couple raising 4 beautiful sons? Or do you believe that Rose is over here taking care of this white man and it's a facade that he's just her hero, but really she's his hero because she's painted out like she's his savior? That's what she's saying. So let's get back into the video.
Put it on live. You're the one that told me to put it on live. So let's be real about everything. Let's be real about the fact that I paid for the Range Rover, the fact that I paid for motherfucking everything. Let's be real about it. Let's be real. Let's be real about like everything. You said let go on live, put this on live, right? Aren't you the one that said that? Why aren't you yelling now the way that you were just yelling while I was on the phone minding my business, not talking? Why aren't you yelling now and so aggressive now? Why aren't you aggressive anymore? Why aren't you aggressive and yelling anymore the way that you just were? Why? Oh, okay. Let's like not lie. Just took my phone, y'all. I'm sitting here laying down. I start making myself a hotel room somewhere else, and he snatched my phone and was like, "You're not going nowhere," and like got really aggressive. Get on here. I wasn't gonna get on here. I wasn't gonna get on here. Stop yelling. Stop yelling, you guys. And stop running around. Okay. So I wasn't gonna get on here, but literally he told me get on live. So I got on live, and then he went crazy. What are you talking about? I wasn't running. I'm sitting here. Yeah, let's be real though. Let's be very, very real. I was sitting here quiet as heck. He started yelling.
I was doing good sitting here, and you acted up again.
Because you're the one that told me to go on live, remember?
Right. I told you to put the real shit on live, but you still don't want to.
You told me to go on live. Put what real shit on live? Wait, I'm sorry. Put what real shit on live did you tell me? Because I'm putting the real shit.
I was saying to you before, not try to have you.
Oh, well, you said go on live, but when you said go on live, I went on live. That's all that happened. But like you stealing from your job and getting fired for stealing. And how many times I constantly told you, if you come here with food again, if you steal again, I'm gonna leave you. Remember?
What? Now that part took me out. Like, what kind of job does he do that has him to be stealing? I don't know if it's food. I don't know. I don't know if I've heard. I don't know if he drove trucks. He used to drive trucks. I don't know what type of work Brett does. But the fact that she said that he got fired from stealing food and y'all supposed to be making all this money from YouTube, from being content creators. Make it make sense. It just doesn't make sense. That's why it's like, I believe this is the real deal that's coming out, because these things that she is saying, like she's never talked like this pertaining to her husband on her channel. So she's airing it all out. She is finally telling the truth about the situation of what's going on in their relationship. It's a lot going on. You can hear the kids, like it's just too much. It's hectic. That's why I believe that both of them, they need space. I think that their relationship, things would have been probably a lot better with them had they not moved to Hawaii. Or maybe it wouldn't even made a difference anyway. Maybe these are just clearly two people that shouldn't even be together. But being in a small space, it just seemed like they are definitely two people that don't really always kind of see eye to eye or connect, even though they create this content, because they got to eat. So it's like they have to kind of put on that facade of, okay, we're all good because we got to keep the money coming in. But it's like they can't keep it up anymore. Like it's a done deal. Like he's neither one of them are caring like anymore. He's like, yo, okay, well, if you're going to go live, just put the truth out there, because Rose, you're lying. He's trying to say that she's lying. She's like, no. To me, of all that's being said, I think for once, she's actually telling the truth. She's telling the truth. I don't think that he likes that she's telling the truth, but finally the truth is coming to light. And this is what, we're seeing. And unfortunately, it's happening in front of their 4 children. So just imagine what goes down when the camera isn't on. The camera's always on, but when the camera isn't on, just imagine what goes down, what types of things the children hear and see. And also they have to get on camera and act like everything's just all good. So everybody's acting. Everybody's acting. So these kids are growing up in a household to where, well, we see mommy and daddy act and fake it. So this is what we're going to do. Like they're just creating another generation of people who are just going to, live in lies, unfortunately. That's the road, the path that they're on, unless they, turn things around. But I don't see this couple making it together. Rose, I see Rose because, she has this channel is technically like her channel. So I don't even know. I'm wondering from a legal standpoint, how would it work out as far as if they got a divorce when you're splitting up assets? Like, would she be able to still keep this channel? Because I believe like this was a channel like she started. So I can't see, the courts being able to take this channel away from her. But I feel like from the financial aspect, I think she's going to be fine because she's pretty much the brains behind her brand. They both have kind of admitted that. I think she's going to be fine. Brett, I mean, he's a man, so he'll be fine. He'll be fine. But I definitely think that she'll be fine. But unless she gets help and deals with whatever trauma she have, any relationship she gets in, it's still going to be toxic. Rose is a woman to where I can easily see her getting with another man to bring on board. And then you see her doing this content and now she has this new relationship, and like I can see her, she's never going to turn this camera off. So I think that if there is anyone else that's going to come into her life after Brett, they're going to be on camera and they're going to be introduced into this madness. It's just unfortunate. And like I said, the kids are going to be seeing all of this. And I only hope that if that does happen, that she don't have more children and bring more children into, this mess, because she is still young. She's only 29. So she could easily get with like another man and pop out more babies. Like she can. And it'll just be so unfortunate if she does that, because this is crazy. This is crazy. Let's get back to the video.
Remember that? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, I have a sugar daddy that pays me $25,000. Let's send everything to the hate pages. I'm more. Let's do it. Yes, I have a sugar daddy. Yeah, he sent me $40,000 check. Yeah. Remember, he took care of your kid while I was pregnant. Remember, you didn't spend a single dollar on your kid. Yes. But what about it? What about the fact that I had a sugar daddy? You're gonna send that to the hate pages? Send it. So let me send my stuff to the hate pages as well.
how do you tell your spouse, your husband, that you have a sugar daddy and he's financing or funding your life? Like, when we talk about things that it's not safe to say to your partner, for the sake of your life, like, to me that goes into that category, because the fact that she was laying up there saying that and Brett still kept his cool over wherever dealing with the baby is just crazy. I mean, I'm happy that he didn't lose it, but I can see any man just like losing his, mind if he's hearing his woman say, "Oh, by the way, I was accepting money from my sugar daddy, $40,000, and he was taking care." Like, she's throwing another man in his face, and your average man is cannot handle that. Like, they're like, "What?" They start seeing red. Like, it's not even safe. So it goes to show this woman has zero respect for this man. Like, zero respect for this man. And I think the reason why she doesn't is because she know how their relationship was built. She know that their relationship was built on her funding and financing their lifestyle. She knows that. So it wasn't like he came into her life and did anything for her. She more so, came into his life. They came into each other's life, but it seems like she was more of a benefit to him than he was to her. To me, the benefit of him to her was just the illusion, the facade, the presentation, just having a man by her side. But as far as the everyday things that it takes for survival, like the finances, having a roof over your head, taking care of the kids, like, she's like, "Yo, I did all of that." And you heard, he called her, he said that she looks at him as a sperm donor. He, earlier I think in this live, when they were getting into it, he was like, "I'm just a sperm donor." And I can see why he says that, because I'm sure when the camera's off, she makes little comments to him to say, "Well, you really don't do anything. So it's like all you did was help me make these kids." But basically, the way she's speaking, that's exactly what happened, is that he just helped her make the two beautiful babies, but like, that was it. So she's like, "Sir, like, okay, I got these kids. I don't need you no more, because clearly you're not cutting it from the financial aspect with carrying your weight, or with paying, financing our lifestyle. So, like, I really don't really need you here, really." And I'm pretty sure, she's popular on the internet. I'm sure they both get people in their DMs and sending them messages and stuff like that. So things like that can kind of put a battery in somebody's back when they feel like they have this fan base and they have this line of people who are like, "Hey, I'll take care of you. You don't need him," or whatever. Rose is a beautiful, woman, and he's not a bad looking man. So I think they both have people who are like trying to, talk to them or whatever. But I mean, the whole situation is just bananas. It's crazy, you guys. When I seen this, I was like, I have to go live and to talk about this, because I know I'm not the only one seeing this nonsense play out and who feels like they built their channel on just lies. So let's get back into this video. We're almost through it.
Let's do this. Yeah. I'm just saying. I was sitting here quiet. Remember, you told me. Remember, you told me. You can have it. Remember, you told me. Don't touch that. I swear. But remember that. Remember, you told me to get on live, and I was quiet. Do you remember that?
So that way, if they don't agree,
I didn't pull anyone. Remember, you told me. You said get on live, so I got on live. What are you talking about? They heard everything about this sugar daddy. Don't worry. They heard everything that you said. I haven't put the phone on mute. What are you talking about? I don't know. Maybe your raggedy headphones, remember? So you're on live listening to me, and then you're like, "Oh, you put it on mute."
Maybe you can keep deleting the new ones. Maybe you'll get one that works in your favor, and you keep deleting all the other ones.
No, I'm gonna delete this as well. But I'm just letting them see the real you and just being honest. They're disgusting. They're absolutely sick. They're absolutely sick. Yeah. If I told them about the black woman that was a family member that you invited to our wedding after you fucked her, if I told the truth about everything about you, you're pretty sick. Let's be honest. You're pretty sick.
Now that's insane. So again, on a previous lives, on one of their previous lives, they talked about a woman who Brett had slept with who came to their wedding. But the story they together told was Brett had slept with this woman who was like a family. They didn't say what the ethnicity of that woman was, but it was a woman that was like a family friend. They said that Brett had slept with, and his mother. I don't think she knew that he had slept with her, but his mother had took it upon herself. She may have known or not, I don't know, but his mom took it upon herself to invite the woman to their wedding. So basically, like it wasn't Brett's fault, like, okay, that the woman came to the wedding. The mom overstepped and invited the woman to the wedding. That was the version that they told on like another live together that I saw maybe just some weeks back. Fast forward to today, now she's saying, oh, you slept with a black woman who was a family member and invited her to our wedding. So I think this is still that same story that she told some weeks back about a woman coming to the wedding, but now she's giving more context. She's saying that it was a black woman and that he knew that she was coming to the wedding. Like, I guess he played a part with the invitation and everything. So she's airing it out, which is crazy if he did that. Now, I'm not mad at the part about him sleeping with the woman, but the part of him inviting her and welcoming her to their wedding, that's the crazy part right there. That's the crazy part. Like what are we doing? What would be the point of having this woman come to your wedding? I don't know. That's crazy, but Rose is letting it be known that she wasn't feeling that. And they've been married for some years now, and this is something that still bothers her. But she's just been coming up with stories in her mind, I guess, to feel better about the situation and to not spaz out about it. But here it is on the camera. She's like going in like, yo, that was foul that you did that. And she's letting the world know what he did.
You're really sick. Let's just be really real about everything. Like, let's be real about everything. You are disgusting. You're disgusting. And let's tell you, I've never had respect for you. You didn't take care of your kid, buddy. You didn't.
Okay, so she's talking a lot, so it's hard to hear what he's saying in the background. So I don't know if you heard it, but he said he was a bouncer for her at a club and she worked as a stripper, and he would take her, I guess, to go meet up with people like trick. I don't know if you want to call them tricks. I don't know what you call them, but he would take her to go meet up with people for money. And he is saying that that's why he never had respect for her. Now, how we get from there to making her Mrs. I think their last name might be Miller. How we get from there to making her the Mrs. Brett, I don't understand. If you already knew how she rode and you're saying you were giving her rides to other men's houses, tricks houses to make money. You were benefit. That's why I feel like he stayed with her. He got with her because he was able to financially benefit from her. And then I feel like she made a life with him is just because of just the facade, or just for the sake of just having a man around, somebody who was around longer than Alay. Like, he stuck around. Like, everyone else seemed like maybe they were just around because they just wanted the fun part. And it's like, all right, you can get up, you can go home, or they get up and go home. Whereas Brett was like trying to stick around because Brett didn't have nothing going on. These other men clearly that was paying her, if they had the money to be paying her, then they didn't need her to stick around for anything. Whereas with Brett didn't have no money to really be paying her. He was the bouncer at the club. So he could stick around because she had more than what he had. But it seemed like these men that she was messing with, they had more than what she had. So there was no reason they had to keep her around. To her, they just looked at her, unfortunately, clearly as a hoe. That's all they looked at her as. But to Brett, even though he low-key kind of viewed her that way, but at the same time, he was like, but though she got money and I'm down bad over here, so I'm just going to see what we can, if I can make it do what it do, until at least I can get myself together. And just think about how often, how many times we've heard just with the Black community, Black men get dogged out and talked about bad for being what they call them, a hobosexual. Like we hear that term thrown around so much within like the Black community when it comes to Black men. And Rose, it's like the way she's describing her white king, her white husband, it's no different than what I've heard many describe the Black man, you know. So what are we doing at the, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't come down to a quality of man being based on the color of his skin. It's his character. It's his character, because if she's telling the truth about how Brett moves, Brett is not moving any differently from a lot of men that's just already that are Black men. And she regularly on her channel will say like she not messing with no Black man no more. Like that's just not her thing. And her reasoning for not was because it's like she viewed him like as homosexual, like they just weren't high value. She felt like the white man was, is a better valued man. But really, sis, is this what a high value man looks like? Let's talk about it. Let's get back into this video. You guys, don't be shy. Please drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Are you familiar with this couple? What do you think about what she's saying about her white king? Because this is her husband. They got two sons together, and she has two sons by her first ex-husband, who is a Black man.
Not even take care of your kid for the whole first year he was alive. You didn't even meet race till he was damn near 12 months. You didn't take care of him. My sugar daddy did. My sugar daddy took care of Race, remember? My sugar daddy bought me the apartment. My sugar daddy took care of Race. My sugar daddy did all of that. My sugar daddy that was sending me $50,000 checks. The same sugar daddy that paid for my $18,000 tweet. Let's just be very honest about it. Yeah, let's just be honest about it, buddy. Just like right now, every single time you try to break up with me. But right now, I just tried to leave. I booked myself a flight, and then you went crazy. I booked myself a flight, and then you went crazy. Let's just really, really be real about everything. Do it crazy. No, I don't. Do you remember? Let's just be real. Do you remember stealing from your job? Do you remember your IDs? You remember the IDs? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let's be real about.
Okay. That's the end of that. So that live, I think she did that. I'm thinking she did that like late last night, in the middle of the night, because I didn't see that on her channel, but I saw someone, let me see. It was another content creator, authentically unique, who screen saved, I guess, that's who channel who I pulled it from. So you can go check out their channel. Authentically Unique is the channel. So you go ahead, you can go over there and check them out, and if you want to watch the video again. But that video went up after their video went up when they were announced that they were separating. So I don't understand what went left that turned into all of that after they did that video talking about them separating, to where how we got here, to where she just aired it out. Because I don't know when most of you joined. I see it's showing 10 of you watching right now. If you guys were on, or any of you were on at the beginning when I showed the first video, I think it was titled We Separated. So we separated. It's like maybe like a 10-12 minute video, and they were like, yo, we're separating, and they were talking about why, and she was just saying, hey, I got tired of, he doesn't help me out, so I just need my space. But in this rant, when she was, I don't know if you all caught it, when she was arguing with Brett, she said it went left, I guess, when she tried to book a flight back to Arizona. Now, she didn't say I tried to book a flight for me and the kids back to Arizona. She just said I tried to book a flight to Arizona. So I'm wondering if sis was trying to jump ship and leave that man in Hawaii with them 4 kids by himself, or if she was taking any of them, because she didn't say I was trying to book us a flight. she just said, I was trying to book a flight to Arizona and he got upset and just lost it, went crazy. That's what she said. And my thing is, if you're familiar with the channel, they're only in Hawaii because of her. It was her idea. They literally went to Hawaii round, I think it was maybe around spring break, it seemed like, or maybe right after the school year ended. They went to Hawaii for a vacation, and she said, I don't want to go back. She just really enjoyed Hawaii. And I think they'd been there. I'd seen them go there before for vacation. But this time she was like, I don't want to go back. And this time I think they had taken the in-law, his parents, with them as well. And she was like, I don't want to go back. So from my understanding, like, his father didn't think it was a good idea that he stayed out there. But he's like, okay, well, this is my wife. Um, if this is where she wants to be, I have to support her. So he left. So they stayed. So what he did was he left her and the kids there so he can go back to Arizona to handle business, close out things. So they still had their house. Like, they legit left to only go to Hawaii for vacation. Like, it was supposed to be just for vacation, not to move there. So Brett was like, okay, well, I got to go back to Hawaii just to kind of handle business, take care of the house. We still had our house there. We had an Airbnb. Like, I got to close, wrap up some things, since now we're about to call Hawaii home. While he was gone, I can probably show that video. Sis was on the internet talking about, y'all, I don't think he coming back because she said he should have only been gone for about 3-4 days, I think. But I think it turned into like weeks that man was gone. So she had cut her hair off. That's when she cut her hair off, because she kind of lost it. Like, she spazzed because it was just like he had left. So she didn't think he was coming back. He left, so she didn't think he was coming back. So she cut her hair. That was just how she handled. Let me see if she still got that video up there. But that's how she handled, the idea of him not coming back to her. She cut her hair, and then he came back shortly after that. So I think he was gone maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, so let me show this video. I think, okay, it's titled, I Don't Think He's Coming Back. I'm going to share my screen. This one's titled, I Don't Think He's Coming Back. So this is when I thought that she cut her hair when he was there, and that was like a joint, an idea they came up with together. I didn't know sis cut her hair because she thought her husband wasn't coming back and she was just going through it. So let's watch this video, but I think this is the one. So let's play this one, fair use.
Okay, y'all, so this video is not going to be like my typical videos at all, so I apologize for that in advance. If you are new here, however, please do click the subscribe button down below to become a part of our cyber. Okay, y'all, so this video is not going to be like my typical videos. I apologize for that in advance. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to say what I need to say and then post it. But if you are new here, please click the subscribe button down below. And if you're already a part of our cyber family, thank you so much. So, if you are new here or don't know the backstory, May 20th, we went on a family vacation, me, my husband, and my 4 kids. We did also invite my husband's parents. It was a lovely vacation, so much that I did not want to go home. So I let my husband know I don't want to go home. I want to move here to Hawaii. So he said, okay, that's fine. We talked about it. We figured out the logistics behind it. Everything was perfect. But he said he needed to go back to Arizona to just close a couple things there, because obviously we lived there. We were stationed there. So we had things that needed to be handled there. He told me he would be right back. He left May 28th. Today is June 12th. My husband is still not back. The only real thing that needed to be closed there is our 1,100 square foot apartment. We didn't really have anything in our apartment because we were trying to live like simpler. And so we just had a couple clothes. There was nothing really that he needed to, because we also own a home there in Arizona. So I don't understand. Literally cleaning the apartment, which we both figured out was like a 1-day job. But it's been 2 weeks. While he's been gone, I did decide to shave my entire head off, although I do have the knowledge that my husband likes women with longer hair. And so I'm a bit concerned that maybe he's not attracted to this new look, which, I mean, like, he's my husband. I thought that we would just go through ups and downs together. But at this point, it doesn't seem like he's coming. And I'm concerned that he left me in Hawaii with 4 kids, and he's not coming. So, that's where I'm at with that, you guys. I guess I'll keep you guys posted in future videos where I really don't know what to do. I mean, I'm on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with 4 kids by myself. I don't know what to do, y'all. I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. Until next time.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So she did that video. She did that video. Let me see. Okay. So yeah, she did that video and I saw that and I'm like, wow. So he was gone for weeks. I think he was gone. I don't think he low-key, I think he really didn't want to come back, but at the same time, it's like, that's my wife. Like, I think he was taking as much time as he could to get his mind right before going back. So I'm gonna play the video from when he came back from titled "My Husband Is Finally Back," and you can see the shenanigans. So remember the energy she had when she thought he wasn't coming back. Now let's watch this video from like that was posted like short, not long afterwards, where you about to get all of the Rose energy that we're used to seeing on their channel that now has 1,000,002 subscribers. Yeah.
To the circle. Not twerking bald-headed though. It hit different when you're twerking bald-headed. Like, girl, sit the fuck down. Anyways, I am so happy because my man, he's on the way tomorrow. My man's gonna be here tomorrow. So I have sorry y'all, I'm like pacing and stuff. I have a Walmart order on its way right now. Because Father's Day is coming at me, and I was like, it's been 2.5 weeks. Like,
we go around another walk to give a baby food.
Yeah, we went on another walk, didn't we? To get River baby food.
Yeah.
What I will say, y'all, ever since this hair like kind of grew back, it is not given. Oh my god. It looks like the hairline all the way back here. Oh my god. It is not giving. So a few girlies sent me some free wigs for me to advertise. Because look, how am I be sitting here like this when I'm doing it with my man? That was very hard and fucking ugly. It looked like
Y'all see what I say? How this woman, like how she, the shenanigans, how she go through all these different emotions. So it's just like it's hard to discern what's real and what's not. So that's why I wasn't like someone who just I followed them, but not like I don't even know if I'm subscribed to this channel, to be honest. She just was coming up in my recommendations all the time. And she's just all over the place with her emotions. So it's just like, okay, whatever. But you see what I'm saying? It's like bipolar behavior. You just it's just up and down. So that's kind of what I was used to seeing on that channel. So to see her spazzing out with her husband, it's just like, well, that's not the energy I was used to her having when it came to him before. Because you see, when she thought that he wasn't coming back, she was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So now, as we see, she's learning he's coming back. She's super happy. And we get this. So now keep it in mind that even as this was just a month ago, as she's going through all these emotions and showing these different going through these different moods right before our eyes, the story that she's telling us as far as, the issues that they have in their marriage, this stuff was all present during that time. This was all present during that time, him having a child that he quote don't see, him lying where he lied about having a child, him sleeping with a woman and inviting her to their wedding. Like this stuff had already happened, but you see her going through these different emotions. It's crazy.
Oh my god, mamma. Hey y'all, so my little helper.
Can I open this?
Yes, after you did all that hard work, absolutely, you deserve that, baby. Can you open that for him right now? Y'all, so my helpers brought up my groceries. We had our groceries delivered. OMG. I am so excited. I feel like so bullheaded. I feel like so bullheaded. I feel like a bullheaded anyway. And I hear But my man. He comes home tomorrow. I'm so excited. So for my honey, I am doing camping. So I got all this for us to go camping. I got some whatever that sauce.
You got baby.
I got strawberries. I got these so that I could boil my husband some. Hold on, y'all. How thoughtful I was. How much thought I put into my man. Baby, don't take it out. Take it out. Okay, so I got this instant coffee because my man loves coffee, so he's gonna feel so good to just like heat up a thing of water and put his instant coffee and just have. I can see him right now. He's gonna be like, he always got his pinky up in the middle of the woods. OMG. And then I got lighters for the charcoal. Yeah, that's what that's called, charcoal.
So this is what it looked like when your mental health is not intact. Rose got all kinds of mental health challenges. So y'all, we have to balance that. We got to figure out ways to keep our mental health intact, whether that be meditation, exercising, going for a walk, disconnecting from the internet for a day or two. Like it is perfectly fine to disconnect. And Rose's life is completely on the internet. And I think she could benefit by turning the camera off and just getting centered, because we just see her in just such a small amount of time go through so many different emotions. And she gets upset because people get in the comments and they take notice of these things and they make comments about it. They think that, okay, Rose, you need to get off the internet, stop posting everything. Just you just calm down, stop doing the absolute most. But I don't think she really can help herself. I think she's one of those people who've become like addicted to the internet, because her livelihood is based off of, the internet and the clicks and views and things like that. So that's all that she knows. And, as a content creator, I see how easy it can be to be consumed with the internet, almost like an addiction. That's why you have to, you have to have self-awareness and know when it's time to just back away and take a step back. Hey, Yvonne McGowan, you said, what have I missed so much? So Rose and her husband, Brett, are going through it. They were fighting on the internet like last night, and she was airing out pretty much all the business, saying that, basically their relationship is just a lie. That's, to sum it up, it's just a lie. Right now, I'm showing a video of her. Right now, I'm showing a video of her reaction when she learned her husband was coming back from Arizona, when she thought that he wasn't coming back. He had left to go and to handle some business when they made the decision to stay in Hawaii. So he left to go, take care of, wrap up the affairs before coming back. And he was gone for like 2-3 weeks. And she was concerned that he wasn't coming back. So this video is just showing all of that. And this is like the day when he does come back. So this video isn't too long, but let's get back into this video.
I got these so that we can repack, so that we got this little freezer thingy. And then I got this was quite freaking expensive. But it's a double dome, so the kids they had it. And then I got food that we're gonna need for camping. I got these little camping book bags that I'm gonna pack. I got one for me and one for babe. And then give me that camera. Yeah.
Wait, why do you need a pen? We're going camping.
That's one.
Oh.
We're doing a real camping. And then I got a what is this thing called, guys? Yeah, whatever it's called. I got that. I'm so excited. Yes. And sleeping bags. We got sleeping bags as well because I don't know how much sleeping I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be creeping. My man. You know how your hair just gets all in your eyes, like when you're in the shower when it gets wet? How annoying. But it's something about an everyday shower where you just brush your teeth, wash your face, wash your ass. It's something about it, baby. But anyway, your girl has to get away because her honey is on the way. My. He is on the way here to say today. And I'm so excited. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put dinner. Oh, goodness. Those kids are in there jamming. But y'all see why I'm in the right? They're just trying to live their best life. Like, they're not doing nothing wrong with living their best life. But I need peace of mind sometimes.
All right, last video I think we made, we just did our trip to Hawaii and Rose decided to stay. I can't just up and leave my life, cross the T's, dot the I's, and see if it's actually plausible. So what I ended up doing was went and weighed my options and evaluated whether or not, can we do this? Can we make it work? Can I set this up? Can we take care of that? Is all the bills taken care of? So I did what I had to do and I had to make a final decision. And I had to let her know that I made it back. So we are officially moved to Hawaii. I've got 3 oversized bags full of our stuff, even though we were going to do minimalism. I packed.
Right. Your mom McGowan says, I realized something was going on when she shaved all her hair off all of this sudden. Like I said, I thought when she shaved it off, I thought her and her man had came to this idea that, look, we finna be twins. You bald headed, I'll be bald headed. Listen, this is just what we finna be doing out here in Hawaii on the island. But she said she shaved it off when she was going through it, when she felt like her man wasn't coming back. So we see her and all her shenanigans as she's excited about him coming back. My thing is, given that you all are married, what kind of conversation were you all having for you to not have the clear understanding of if he was coming back or not? Like, if you guys are talking every day as you say you were, like, how you not know what's going on? How are you not knowing, okay, he's taking care of business, something is taking longer than expected, so he's having to be in Arizona an extra 5 days because he's waiting to get an appointment to have an inspection done or something like that. So for her to jump on and do a video is like, oh, he's not back, I don't know what's going on. Houseway, like, how do you not know what's going on? Like, y'all wasn't talking, conversing, like that makes no sense. Like, think about you in a relation, you and your partner, one of you travel, and what date they said they were coming back, and if there's going to be a change in that, aren't you in conversation about that? Like, they're saying, oh, I got to stay a little longer, I got this meet, like, it's no surprise. It's not normal for the person who's back at home with the kids to be wondering when the spouse is coming back because they left to go do a job or complete a task and it was taking longer. Like, that's basic communication that you're going to have with a person. So it's that part for me. So let's get back into the video to see what Brett talking about. That man didn't want to come back, y'all.
A little too much. And we're living here. And I'm happy about it. I'll get myself some sort of income as well, additional, so that way I'm making enough to where we take care of life. She's doing what she's doing, and she's making enough to where she can elevate life. Provide and elevate. She's my elevation.
This is how I'm looking. I put on my husband's big shirt and I just threw it off the shoulder to give it some femininity. She's smelling good. She's clean. The breath.
So you notice he mentioned provide elevation. He admitted that, she's elevated him, which she said when she was ranting that she basically put him on a whole nother level. So he did acknowledge that, but he was also saying, well, hey, I do, carry my weight or do a little something. He didn't say exactly how. If you all know exactly what that man do, drop it in the comment. He didn't say how. He just said, he do a little something, but she is the one who is responsible for elevating their lifestyle. So let's get back into this video.
Fresh for all the kisses. I am excited. Today marks the first day that we actually live in Hawaii. Y'all in here jamming?
Yeah.
Okay, well, can you press pause really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Dad's on the way! My man. Okay. Oh. So, can you guys go and do a little tidying up? And Mom is gonna try to find something to cook for her man, okay?
Okay.
And her children, okay? Okay. I'm just giving Rib some frozen banana because he's teething terribly, and we do not do medicines at all whatsoever.
Keep in mind, this video was just like 1 month ago. So that was a month ago. She didn't think he was coming back. He was saying she wanted to up and leave, and he couldn't just like do that. So he had to go back and handle some things. So fast forward 1 month, and we saw the rant and the big argument between them. That man did not want to be in Hawaii. He took his time with coming back because that's not where he wanted to be. But he came, he returned to Hawaii, which I felt like he should. But if he didn't want to live there, I think he should have made that clear. But if he told her, yes, okay, fine, then yes, he got to do what he said he was going to do. But I think as a man and the head of the household, if he didn't think that was the best decision for them, he should have not agreed to just pick up and uproot to Hawaii. Because to me, it just seems like things got worse when they picked up and relocated to Hawaii. And I think a lot of it has to do with not having that outlet, the supports from your family, it's just like all they have is just their family and they're on the island. So it can be isolated. And then when you have problems with it at home, who do you have outside of the home to go see and go talk to? Like whose house can you go hang out at for a couple of hours just to give your partner space? Like all of that was just left behind when they picked up and moved to Hawaii. I think Rose just reacted. She just was feeling good about life, enjoying Hawaii, and was like, oh, I just want to live here. But I don't understand really what the difference was with living there, like versus like in Arizona. She didn't work outside of the home. So why she felt like, oh, well, let's just up and move to Arizona. I mean, I'm sorry, move to Hawaii. I don't know. I don't really understand that because it's not that often someone travels someplace and then just up and moves there like that. Like travel vacation is just what that is. And especially a place like Hawaii, like who run around talking about I'm about to move to Hawaii? Like that is not something that's common you hear people say. At best, somebody's lucky to even just go there to just vacation, but it's not a place where people talking about, oh, I want to go live there because they know it's expensive. They're in touch with reality and they know, okay, Hawaii is that place. Yeah, you go travel to, you visit to, but ain't nobody running around like that talking about I'm trying to go move to Hawaii. Most of the time, people who live in Hawaii, who live there, they were military. So that's how they got there. Like they were military. So that's, they were born there because one of their parents were in the military. They just weren't random people like with Rose and Brett couple that just decided, hey, we're about to go move to Hawaii. That's just not the norm. Let's see. Let me read the comments. Yvonne McGowan said, I realized something was, let me see. No, let me see. I read that one. So are they putting on a front to continue the lifestyle? I believe that's what they've been doing up until, they had this big fight online. And I haven't seen, I don't know if they've put anything out since I've started doing this live. I've been on this live almost 2 hours, but right before I started this live, they hadn't had, I think their most recent video was maybe like 20 hours ago. I feel like that video was done. I like probably before the video or right around the time when they announced they were separating, maybe right after that, but definitely before they had to blow up. So I don't know what's going on with them right now, but they're all over the place. I personally feel like, this is it for them based off of how that argument went with them online. I don't see how you turn back from that. Like she aired it all out. And then he was trying his best to meet her, with the same energy. But sis was putting it all out there. Let's get back to the video. Title, My Husband is Finally Back After Leaving Me! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Does he like it?
So, you love it, Red? Yes, he loves it.
It is really cold. I might choose.
I grab my bags and head over to my wife. Enjoy life. This is where I live now. Pretty cool. Look at that.
I'm gonna try to make dinner with what I got. I got some rice, so I just wash the rice. Throw that in the rice cooker. Add some salt, pepper, and butter. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my Japanese rice cooker. Ow! Shit! I done smashed my fingers. All right. Start and let's see how this goes. I've never used one of these. We're gonna see. I have some burgers, some yellow onions, and some frozen broccoli. So I'm just gonna try to make a meal out of this. I don't know, but I don't got no bread to make actual burgers and like burgers and rice. I don't know. So I'm gonna try to make those burger patties into some type of little kind of like ground beef and like mix it. We'll be back. This big grown man asking me to pick him up. Meanwhile, I just put 2 burgers in here with these raw onions. I cooked the burgers a little bit because I was able to like mash them up. Hold on, baby. Let me finish cooking for my man and my children. So then I just put 2 more burgers in here. I'm gonna do the same thing, kind of mash it up to make like ground meat. I'm just working with what I have, you guys, and then that's 1 whole onion. Yeah. So I'll be back. I'm not big one. I'm smaller. You're smaller. Okay. Just put all of this in here and add some garlic salt and pepper. Added another onion because when it comes to onions, me and my family are obsessed. I added a little bit of butter, like a quarter of a stick of butter, because it already made its own greases. But I want to like put it over top the rice, and I want the rice to be nice and buttery. So I'm gonna let that cook for a minute. It's just going to put the cooked broccoli inside of this mixture.
After first play, or is your husband then after first play?
My husband is not here. So there you are. No, but look, y'all, this is how it turned out. Come around and get you a bowl. I mean, spoon. How you guys like it?
So much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Daddy's really coming and he loves you.
Daddy's gonna love me for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, if you was here, you would love it. Meat bomb, rice bomb. Everything's so good. She did it while holding a baby. Now that's impressive.
Thank you, Razzie. You're so cute sometimes.
And Mom.
All the time.
Could I say these kids, these babies are trained. They are definitely internet trained. And it's the unfortunate part is that the kids are growing up in a household where there's a lot of delusion going on, and they're learning at an early age what it is to put on a facade, to act, to give off that something is that it isn't. They're learning at a very young age how to perform, because as we're seeing everything unfold between Rose and Brett, we see that they've just been performing. So guess what? These children are performing. That's what we see. This video was just a month ago, and everything that she's airing out are things that took place prior to, like, this is going back to just the start of their relationship, as she's going back to the dysfunction within the relationships or the issues that she has with Brett. So these children have been along the ride with all of this madness, and they are the ones, unfortunately, getting caught up in it. And the 2 brown skinned boys, these are Brett's stepchildren. This is the only father they've come to know in the last like 3 years. So it's going to be very disheartening when Brett is no longer there and that father figure to them, because I would imagine if they were to go their separate ways and things end up in a divorce, Brett is going to be focused on taking care of his 2 biological children with Rose versus all 4. First of all, I don't think Brett's finances is going to allow for him to really afford to support the 4 boys, but his priority, which is understandable, is going to be the two younger boys that she has with him. Those are technically legally his actual responsibility. The other 2 boys have fathers, and from what I've come to learn, it's alleged that the father isn't being given the opportunity to be a part of his son's lives. The father is married to another woman, and they have been trying to see the boys, but they say that Rose makes it very hard for them to. Rose, she says that's not true. The boys will see the grandparents or the other family members, and their father chooses to not, I guess, come around the family, so therefore he can see his sons. So I don't know, as they say, it's two sides to every story, or even three, your side, their side, and the truth. But there is that's going on right now on the internet. So let's get back into the video.
And you, I a good.
All the times,
And you
my
are a
baby
good mom. Daddy, what's apple?
What's happening? Oh,
Hi, babe.
Daddy, what's
I got hungry, so I figured I'd show up.
Daddy, what's apple?
I'm still a sniper.
He's been doing that all day. Where's the bags?
Shit. I forgot the bags. I'll be back.
Oh, you into the park?
No. I just don't want to carry those heavy bags. Oh, look who's been eating. Crazy face.
My honey snuck us. We were unprepared. I wasn't recording. And he snuck us. Are you excited? Daddy's here.
Oh, once you
Mommy. That's so good. Oh.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh my goodness. Wow, babe, that's the cutest thing. How you see that he's happy. Look
Yeah.
It's a sad situation. Yvonne McGowan says the older boys will be destroyed. They love Brett so much. Yes, they do. They do. That's the father figure that they've had in their lives for these last years. The baby, he knows who his daddy is. He was all smiles when daddy came in. Remember earlier when the boys were dancing and singing, when they learned daddy was on his way home, the baby started bouncing in the walker. Like, it's unfortunate when a family has to be broken apart for just foolishness. I do feel like whatever Rose and her husband is going through, it is something that can be worked out, probably with counseling, but they got to stop moving for starters. They got to get stationary somewhere. Maybe going back to the States would be the best bet for them versus staying in Hawaii. Maybe Hawaii can just be kind of the happy place that they vacation to, because the bulk of their relationship was in in Arizona, like not in Hawaii. So it seemed like once they went to Hawaii, that's when now we see this major shift. So maybe they just need to just say, hey, let's just go back to Arizona, try to get us back another stable home. Rose, the kids will be going back to school. The baby, they remember they had just hired the nanny. Now, this is the part that took me out. Right before they went to Hawaii, they had just hired a nanny, some Hispanic lady. Do y'all remember that? That lady only had that job for about 2 weeks, probably enough to get one paycheck. And all she knew was, they was going on vacation. Next thing you know, she get a phone call saying, okay, we don't need you no more because we ain't coming back. Like, can you imagine? I remember the video of that lady because Rose caught some flack from, I guess, she talked about specifically wanting to hire someone, I think, who was Mexican or spoke Spanish or something like that. And people had an issue with what she said or how she said it. So she had to clean that up by coming back out here. And then she had the lady, the nanny in the background, and she was trying to address, why she wanted, a nanny who spoke Spanish, because she said she want her kids to be like bilingual, but so she had to explain all that. That was a whole mess. And literally, I saw that video right before I seen that they went to Hawaii. So when I learned that Rose wanted to stay in Hawaii, I instantly thought about that nanny they had just hired. And I'm like, what? So I think a lot of these issues that we're seeing play out, I mean, Rose ain't perfect. He ain't perfect either. Can they work? Can they work together? I think they can. But to me, I'm seeing the bigger problem being Rose and her instability. Like, y'all let me know what you think. Like, to me, Rose is coming off as though she's not stable. She can't stick to something. And it could have a lot to do with her age, but like you got a lot of people who are 29 who can kind of stick to some things. So I think it's a little bit of that, but mostly I think it's just that, she just have some traumas that she's dealing with, and she probably manages a lot of stuff through like running in isolation and things like that. It's like she doesn't have a good relationship with her family. So I think in turn, it's nothing for her to have her husband move to a place to where he can be away from his family. You see what I'm saying? Because for her, it's just like, well, I'm used to not being around my family, so I don't see what's the big deal why you have to be around yours. When it doesn't, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So just because you don't have a strong bond with your family, it doesn't mean that your partner, you should try to do something that may interfere with that. Now, I've been hearing some talk about his family not quite being welcoming to her into the family. I guess because of her, I don't know if I'm assuming it's because of her being Black. I don't know. I haven't caught any videos where I heard her speak on that. I think I seen something out there when she did want to stay in Hawaii. The mom kind of the family felt a way about her wanting to stay in Hawaii. And I seen where she did a video talking about, parents or mom cutting the cord and letting your sons go, whatever. So that's when I ended up learning that had to do with her wanting to stay in Hawaii, and his parents were probably like in his ear about him not staying there. But Rose, she doesn't have a good relationship with her family. So therefore, I don't think, when it comes to just the whole value of family outside of the nuclear family, like mom, dad, children, I don't think she looks at that as like a big value. But I have heard talks that the family in particular, maybe like the mom felt a way towards her, or only seen the kids like a few times, weren't really all that engaged in their life. And maybe that's why it was so easy for her to say, hey, well, let's live in Hawaii. Because maybe low key, it was her way of getting away from them. Without her telling her husband, I don't want to be around them. She just said, oh, well, let's live in Hawaii because they don't live in Hawaii. So, that's the only thing that I can come up with. So let's see. Veronica said, I'm going live. We'll talk to you later. Okay, have a good show. And let's see. Yvonne McGowan said, at one point, I thought she was going with them. The nanny, yeah. And then Yvonne McGowan said, Brett's father was definitely against the move. So, I mean, can you, maybe they saw something in the situation. They saw like, okay, this just, and their family, so they've seen Rose and her shenanigans, more than us. So maybe they knew that, nah, this not going to be a good look, son, because at least, if you are in Arizona, you have us when you need somebody to, want to just come over and talk. We're here versus now, like you've been in Hawaii, you're away from everybody. So now it's like he has to only talk to people on the phone when he's going through things. He can't just up and just say, okay, babe, I'll be back. I'm about to go up the street to the parents' house. Like, because sometimes think about how oftentimes, we may just, you just want a break and you want a change of scenery. So you might go to a friend's house or a loved one's house. Like neither one of them have that. Neither one of them have an outlet. I don't get the sense that even in Arizona, Rose even had friends. I've never heard her talk about having friends. So I don't think that she's one that is good with building relationships. So maybe that also contributes to her clinginess when it comes to her husband and the dependencies, because from my experience, what I've seen women who struggle in the area of maintaining healthy relationships with, in particular, like other women, they'll cling to their men and it can become overwhelming. And the men feel like they can't breathe because the woman is just wants to absorb all their time. That's why it's like, I really feel like they probably could have a fighting chance if they just went back to maybe Arizona where there were some more familiar faces. Rose may need to, like I said, take a break from the internet, engage in some things that she may enjoy, such as identifying some hobbies. She seems to like to dance. She's a good dancer. Well, she used to be an exotic dancer. Maybe she can just go take some dancing classes. So, leave the kids, if she got the nanny again, have the kids be with the nanny while she go and maybe go take some classes or something like that. And Brett go do his thing with hanging out with his family or whatever it is that he do. But it's like right now in Hawaii, they don't have that thing. Like they don't have an outlet. It's just whatever's going on in that little bitty Airbnb that looks small as hell, and everybody is just like bumping into each other, and it's just an entire mess. It's an entire mess. To me, their issues seem like it can be fixed if they get off the internet and just start working on the issues that they got. Period. Because she hasn't said anything about like infidelity within the marriage. Like when she went on her rant, neither one of them talked about like things happening in the marriage. Now she talked about accepting monies from a sugar daddy, within their, relationship, or she said while she was pregnant. So by the time I came to learn of their channel, she was pregnant with the baby, her fourth son. She made a comment of saying when she was pregnant, her sugar daddy gave her $40,000. So I'm wondering if when she's talking about when she was pregnant with Race, that's the first son that she has with Brett. So I'm wondering if listen, y'all, I'm trying to put this mess together because I'm trying to make sense of it, because she said that she was accepting money from her sugar daddy and things like that when she was pregnant. So I wonder if she's talking about the first pregnancy that, for Race, so Brett's oldest son with her, because she said he did not come around and be around or meet the baby until the baby was almost 12 months. So that lets me know that they really weren't together like that when she was pregnant. He was doing his own thing. I think I heard him make a comment, say, oh, I was working, whatever. And she was doing her thing. And a part of what she was doing with her thing is accepting his money from the sugar daddy and everything. So I'm wondering if they got married, then sounds like they might have gotten married after they had their first son versus before. I'd never heard her speak on that part as far as the order of when they got married. I just know they've been married since they've had these two kids. So I'm now wondering if she married him after she had their first son, when, she wanted to just have this nuclear family and they were going to try to make it work. She developed this idea, which this all makes sense because this YouTube channel, I don't think it's very old at all. I don't think this channel is very old at all. I think it's maybe because when they thanked everybody for reaching her 1 million subscribers, I feel like she said it took maybe like a year or so to grow the channel. So I think she had this idea of branding. It was about branding them. She had this big picture of like, okay, we can come back together. We can be this family. We can record. We can grow. And I think that's what it was about. And it worked, but it wasn't sustainable because their relationship wasn't real, wasn't strong. It was just about the money. And this is what's happening. So we have a little bit more to go in this video. So let's get through this video. We've already been on here for a while. Yeah, it's a lot to it.
Yeah. You need them for a kiss too.
Hi, Brady.
Are you sorry?
He was crying.
Leave it to herself.
Baby,
She starts taking care of herself and cooking. What's this now?
Cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
Make you have to cook. So much healthier though. Feels better.
Tastes good too. I saw Burger King at the airport for $20 for like a one meal. 24.
That is crazy. But is that like
It was
airport?
empty.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. Airport in a tourist city.
Yeah. Airport in a tourist city in Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. Grace, don't put that money on your face. Come home and this is his new screensaver. And when we left, it was only Race's baby picture. He has not changed it from racist face even after River was born. No love. He missed his boys. Aww. So cute, babe. It's really cute.
Wish you laying down in that photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's so
spread.
cute.
I make you start with all of these.
Shut up. Hi. Rose. Nice to meet you.
Say what?
Come on, baby. Go. Come on, Leo. Protecting me, standing in front of the street.
Go through me, go through me. It's good. Now, if we get hungry, we can send them another cook.
What?
Father's Day is tomorrow. Mother's Day is today. They said, make sure them kids sleep in the rooms.
I've been in my life for 2.5 years.
A long time.
So yeah, I just muted the sound just since it was like some like music in that video, but it's just a sad situation. They seemed like a lovely family, but it just seemed like it just wasn't real. And it's unfortunate for the babies because clearly, you know, they love their family together. So it'll be interesting what happens with them. You just never know with them because, like, you know, you just don't know because Rose just be on some other stuff. Rose be on some other stuff. So you just don't know if we suddenly, I just don't put anything past Rose to where somehow would, even though we saw all that we saw go down with them arguing, that somehow they still not back, you know, don't find themselves back in front of the camera, still trying to do some it's crazy, but the way that argument went down with them, I don't see them coming back in front of the world as like, oh, we're this happy couple and we're making these TikTok videos with our kids. Like, I don't see that, but I don't really know also what's to come as far as what we might see. You know, hopefully it's just not going to be her putting up a bunch of content with her bashing him. I don't see him doing that. But now, you know, he has his own channel too now. I think it's called Brett's World or something like that. But yeah, it's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Poor babies. Yeah, it's a lot, but we pretty much covered it. We went through kind of like, you know, like a history, like starting from, I guess, Arizona or in Hawaii, but me kind of giving backstory of like where they come from in their history. So let me.
We are in bed. The boys are in there. Brett's and Noah movie for them. We got baby Rays, and we're just going to enjoy some quality time together. Hopefully can't be in the morning. Super excited to see my man. Y'all stay tuned for Father's Day vlog. Peace.
So yeah, I don't see us seeing any more videos like that again. If we do, that's when you're gonna know the delusion is just at an all-time high, because I don't see how you come back from that argument they had with them just airing out one another's laundry to getting back to that. Like, I don't see. I think that would just make it that much apparent that it's just about the money and it ain't real. But I don't know. Stranger things has happened. Stranger things has happened. So like we got into it. Let me see before I end this live to see if if she's put out anything else since.
Okay, guys, so I look crazy today, but I decided to take the kids out on a
She put
brunch.
this video
And then
up.
we're gonna have a little day, take them to, I don't know, play in the pool. Is it yummy?
Yeah, it's yummy.
I'm on vacation.
Okay, you eating like a big boy?
Yeah. The new life, every time I look away, there's a bug in my dream. So I like.
Every time you look away, it's a bug. It's okay. Just a little bit of protein. A little bit of protein.
Some bugs in my juice.
Yeah, you too. Okay, put that knife down, buddy. We don't. Hey, put the knife down. Why do we have the knife? Put the knife down. Put the butter knife down. Are you throwing up?
I'm not going to my.
What, guys?
They're going to talk about it so fast. They're going to be like, she's telling her sons to drink flies, it's protein. Oh, she went on a diet.
What's that?
So that means, the kids know, like she let the kids know when people on the internet say nasty things about her and how she raises the kids, because she comes out here and she'll complain pretty often as far as with what people have to say with how she's interacting with her kids. And I do know there's been videos. I haven't per se seen those, but I know I've seen content creators talk about there's videos where the kids come on camera and she's asking them questions, to back up, I guess, her thoughts on how her parenting is going. So she asked them questions, wanting them to say, yes, everything's all good. I don't have an issue. So this particular son, he may be the oldest one. Not sure if he's the older one, but he's one of the older ones. But he's already keen enough to know that everything that's happening on camera, there are people watching and people are going to have something to say. So he's already just practicing with mom, like, they're going to be saying stuff. And mom, like, yeah, but this is what's happening when, you have your children growing up in front of the camera. So now he has in his mind, what I do, what my brothers do, what we do, people are going to be scrutinizing the things and breaking apart what it is that we do and say that is bad. And that's not good that he's already at such a young age is thinking that way, because to me, it has me to think that at an early age, he's now is going to be overly concerned about what somebody thinks about him with the little things that he does. And he's too young to be thinking about having to just watch his every move and be concerned about, okay, what the next person is going to say with what he does. I mean, that's typically thoughts and things that grown-ups, may think, or maybe like a teenager, but he's so young. But because he's been raised on the internet, he already has in his mind that people are watching and people always have something to say. So again, this video called Another Vlog, Solo Mommy Day. Looks like this video was posted after their video. We separated, but it looks like it was posted before the one that her and the husband got into it. And that one, she didn't keep up. So we watched kind of some videos that people kind of screen grabbed it, I guess, when it was up. So that's what we were able to watch. But let's see what else she has going on in this Solo Mommy Day vlog.
Have you seen that, brother?
People in my class can say it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what. Excuse me. Excuse me. Did he place the order without my permission? You little stink. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
I've been waiting for this.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Take it in.
How do you like it? Yummy? And Ray, that's what you ordered? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, young man? You know what's yours? Can he have a little bit of yours? He's done. Ooh, what's that? Brother. Brother. You gonna try it? Taste it. Let's see if you like it. You like it?
It's coconut. You like coconut strip?
You don't look like you like it. You ate all your food? Is all your food done? What are you doing? Finish up. Finish up. Finish up. Finish up.
One day.
They yummy. They yummy.
When she was singing that song, my head I was like, Skippy dog, hot dog, Skippy dog. Because that's like kind of funny. I think I was trying to do this out, but I was really like,
What are you doing? What are you doing? Church was sad. Church was sad.
Put something on my head, like that, and then they made the girl on stage was crying, even the teachers was crying, and they made a sad song, and I was literally like this.
You got that
And then I was like this. I was thinking in my head, I thought they really go because I was not trying to, so I saw it just saying funny stuff like, I was thinking the song, but then it stopped in my head and I started. And then mom, somebody, a mask on my face, and then it was a sad girl in my class, and then she was singing a sad song.
Yeah. Finish your macaroni. None of you guys finish your food at all.
None of us. I did.
I guess I can't talk either. Finish his food. Look at him. He's so full. He's so full.
I'm done.
Thank you.
I'm done.
For all the done boys. Okay, go ahead and grab the fork first. Thank you. Oh, he is done? Oh, wow. You did that fast.
Where do you all think Brett is during this time? So when they were talking about being separated in that "We're Separated" video, he said that he was gonna go live in the woods, child. Like he said he was gonna go live in the woods and he wasn't gonna be taking off his ring no time soon. Y'all think he out in the woods streaming? I don't know. It's just unfortunate that he can't be with his it's just unfortunate that he can't, be with his family right now. The kids seem like, they went to church, and, that it seemed like they enjoyed it. One of them talked about, crying. I don't know if both of them saying they got emotional at church, but I mean, I think that was a good place for them to be considering all that's going on in their world. So I'd never heard her talk about church before, so but I haven't seen a lot of her videos either. So I think that it was good that they were able to go there, or the boys were able to kind of have a change of an environment and um yeah, just be around positivity and people who could pray, pray for them and pray through whatever situation that they may have going on right now, because it's a tough time for their family right now. But they'll make it through, whether or not they still stick together as a nuclear family, or Rose ends up having to co-parent with Brett. They're going to have to figure it out, because you have children involved. Again, of the 4 children, only 2 of them are his. So technically he's only, really responsible for the 2. But it will be interesting to see if he still continues to still play that active role in the lives of the other 2. I feel like he would. I think that the only way he would be removed from their life if it just got really bad and the legal got involved and we're dealing with child support and all of that. I don't think his money would allow for him to pay for 4 kids. But ultimately I think that over time the relationship between the 2 older sons and Brett is going to dwindle. I think a lot of times that's what happens. I've had a step parent before, and when that relationship ended with my mom and him, like that ended. So it happens. I think it's only for I think in some situations, that relationship between the children and that step parent can kind of be intact, but I think a lot of times it eventually kind of it doesn't. It happens. So let's see what else is going on in this another vlog solo mommy day video that Rose posted I think yesterday. Well, technically she probably would have had to post it today. I don't know. It said Sunday, but I thought it said 20 hours ago that it was posted. But they mentioned church, so let's continue to watch it.
Finish that last scoop so he can take your plate. Hurry up. Good job. Grace, you can't have any. You're not done.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
How much do you think it is?
Shoot.
How much do you think you little rascals cost in Brazil?
$9. That's no.
What?
I really don't know.
What do you think? Don't try it, right? Why do you think it's the? How much do you think it is?
$5.
$5. How much do you think?
About $15
About 15. I think 60. Off, y'all. Way off. Dun, dun, dun. For a simple brunch with 3 little stinking rascals that only got macaroni and cheese.
I did not get macaroni and cheese.
Okay, you got actually something worth it. Not gonna lie. Put macaroni and cheese and didn't even eat it.
But no.
Regular is too crazy. Don't be too crazy.
Can we eat that? What is it? What do you make it?
Yes, thank you. White chocolate, guys?
Yeah. It's white chocolate.
Excuse me. As you're taking a scoop, usually you grab a little bit of this. You just grab it, and as you're taking a scoop, you just rub it through and eat it like that. You don't take a lot. You don't take all the whipped cream. You just take a little scoop. And just go like that. You like that?
Yeah.
Let's jump in and then just swim back to the wall. Grace, you hear me? No, let him. Let him. What the heck, Grace? It's okay. Good job, Grace. But you gotta go way farther away from the wall than that, okay? You can't go that close to the wall. Okay? You gotta jump further away from the wall. You can't go that close to the wall. You gonna do it again? You gotta jump farther away from the wall. Go. Far away. Get him, guys. Good job. Good job, Grace. Good job, Racer. Grace.
So this video was posted a day ago. It has 20,000 views. So I think that's when I seen the 20 number. I thought it was 20 hours, but no, it's 20,000 views. So she definitely gets the views on her videos. And I'm sure that's the primary driver with, you know, the shenanigans that we see. But, you know, this is, I guess she just has to ask herself at the end of the day, was it worth it to do all of this for, you know, the results that she's getting right now? Like that's the question. That's really the question for any of us, like with the things that we do. Is it worth it? Because everything has consequences and we can't, you know, continue. We can't just do the absolute most, live a lot. Like we can't, that doesn't last forever. So we have to see, is it worth even just getting caught up in it? And she earned, you know, a good amount of money from the shenanigans, and now we're here. So she's now going to have, I don't know, I guess we may just see more vlogs with her, just maybe the channel turning into her life as like the single mom. Like it's going to have to, like, it'll take a different direction, because, you know, that's a different narrative than like what her channel has been about as far as what being a married woman with 4 kids. Now it's like, okay, she titled it Solo Mommy Day. So like, where will this transition? Will it go to, okay, single mom raising 4 boys? Either way, I think that even if it did go that direction, that is still going to be something that's relatable to a lot of people, a lot of women, because you have a lot of single mothers out in the world, especially, you know, Black women. There's a lot of Black single moms. So I think her channel will continue to grow, and she will be fine from a financial standpoint, because the clicks equate to money. But I think she's just, you know, as far as with the backlash and the bullying and the things that she endure on the internet, I think that's just going to increase even more, to be honest. Yeah. So we'll see if she'll end up turning the comments off, or if she'll just go on her lives and be in her feelings to talk about it. But I definitely foresee, unfortunately, increased harassment coming her way, and, you know, people talking about her situation on their channels. I'm talking about it here, but it's not in a way to like bash her. It's just to bring light on just the situation and take it. And it's about learning from what it is that we're seeing when you're not authentic and you're not real. Eventually, you know, the real comes to light, and in the real and the fake, it just becomes that. It's the contrast for me between the real and the fake. And if you watch her content, you can just see that contrast that I'm talking about. So that's what we're over here pointing out, that stark contrast between the real and the fake. And the bulk of her content looks to be fake based off of what she's speaking on in her present videos. So let's get back to this Solo Mommy Day vlog that she has. We're almost to the end.
Don't do it when I'm not right here, okay? Only when I'm right here, okay? Nice, Russ. Yeah. Jump in and then just swim back to the wall by yourself, okay? Go. What the? What? Ray! Not like I got you, baby. But go, jump in and then just swim back to the wall. But I'm gonna watch you. Go. No, just jump in how you did. Go. Okay, swim back to the wall.
Let me see. Look, I can make you feel more comfortable.
Good job, Racer. You okay?
Feel comfortable. Face. Hold on. Touch the bottom of the cup. Can you touch? Can you touch? Face. Let it go.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't feel comfortable.
Swim back to the wall. Ready?
Go.
No, I can't swim.
Yeah, you can. Mommy's right here. Go, swim back to the wall.
Go, Miss, you're doing it. Good job, Miss.
High five. Can you touch your feet at the bottom, Rex?
I'm swimming.
Here. Give me your hand. Nice, Race. Nice. What are you doing, silly butt? Hey, River, you spilled all my water. You stink.
I'm not going to do
My son puked in a pool, so they're probably gonna have to close it. Yeah, you probably don't want to sit there. What, Grace?
Can we swim?
You want to swim?
Yeah.
You just threw up all over the place. It's fine. Come on, we gotta go let the people know. Hurry up. So, of course, we was having a nice jolly old time, and then Race had to go up in the pool and get the whole pool shut down. So, we are on our way back to our small, crusty, dusty room. Thanks a lot, Ray Scott. What? Now you want your chocolate cake? Oh my. Did you drop the water? Race. It's okay. Don't worry about it, baby, okay? Look at me. It's okay. Don't be sad. You want your cake? You can have your cake, okay? When we get home, though, okay? Because it's kind of hard to eat it while we walk, right? Yeah.
I want to make sure that I acknowledge the sponsor of the show, Teach Henley, because Teach Henley sent me this new.
That's it. That's all I got. We see the madness. It's crazy. So, listen, I just want to come out here and talk about it because I was familiar enough with their story to recognize that this was some mess, and like, I know I'm not the only one who sees this. I know I'm not. Like, I'm like, I got to get out here and talk about it and see if anybody else recognize the shenanigans that I see. So I'm sure they'll be coming back, or she'll be coming back with some more content. Like I said, he has his own channel now. Let me see, what is his channel called? Let me see what let me see. His channel is at the Brett Show. It's called the Brett Show. Brett spelled with two T's, and then show SHOW with an E at the end, the Brett Show. And so last night when I went to it, it didn't have any there weren't any content over there. Let me see if he has anything up yet. So no, he doesn't have anything up yet, but his subscriber account is already 2.52 thousand subscribers. So I guess a bunch of people like that follow them on their family show just went over and just instantly went to follow him, but he hasn't posted anything. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes, when he starts to post, and see how what his posts consist of in comparison to posts that she'll make, I guess, on her page. So I don't know. Let the games begin. I think it's just going to be a mess, and people will just be talking about it. Who knows if it becomes interesting enough? I may come back out here and talk about it, but for the most part, typically as of late, I'm just all about your fitness, mind, body, and soul. So if you're into anything like that, definitely check me out. I have a 30-day challenge going on right now for body transformation. So each day I come out here and do fitness videos and just try to inspire you to live your very best life. Hopefully Rose can find my channel, because I just think that if she found something where she can kind of disconnect from, creating that content that she normally does, and just maybe exercise, but just something she can do for herself, because it's important for us ladies to be able to have something we can do for ourselves. Gentlemen too, but I'm talking to the ladies. It's important to have something that we can do for ourselves that allows for us to disconnect, clear our minds, regroup, and especially with being a mom, like that is a whole full-time job in itself. And she doesn't even have another job like that she can disconnect and go check in at, like say some of us do. She's literally just at home with the babies, being a wife and being a mom. So I know from experience that that is a hard job. That is a lot. And they're in like a small place right now that they're living in. So I'm praying that things get better for them, that they can work through whatever struggles that they have. They can work it out, because if for nothing else, for the sake of the kids. And, hopefully Rose can find her happy place again, and Brett as well. And the kids seem to be, happy. But like I said, I'm seeing with this channel, a lot of what we're seeing is the facade. So we really don't know what's real over there. But that argument they got into last night definitely looked real. So that's all that we have to go off of from now. So definitely like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Are you familiar with this couple? Do you think pretty much, it's been a sham, it's been a fraud all along? Like, what are your thoughts? What feedback do you have? Do you agree or disagree with any of the comments that I've said today? Because I have said a lot. We've been on here almost 3 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live up. But thank you for joining me. I had a good time. It was like a live, like for old time's sake, because this is how I started out on YouTube, coming out here and discussing viral things, usually celebrity content, but this couple is really popular. So I know a lot of people are familiar with them online. So I want to come out here and just give my opinion pertaining to what's going on with them, because I'm very familiar with them and they're definitely trending. So I am definitely interested in hearing what you have to say in regards to this situation that's going on with them. So, if you want to show me love in any type of way, my Cash App is $speak50, but please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Fair use over here. I definitely, shouted out the content creator where I did find that video. Let me see. That was Authentically Unique. So Authentically Unique, that's another small content creator that's coming up. You might, if you want to go and check out their channel, but they're the one who had that screen capture of the argument that we watched that was pretty intense. So that's all I have. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am Chic from Chic Speaks, and I will catch you on the next live. Peace.